to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in. It is Old School 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Austin Norman, as always, joined by Husker Hall of Fame 8-year NFL vet Jay Foreman. Much nicer day. Beautiful, clear blue skies. Very little wind here in the capital city. But don't worry, we'll be blowing plenty of hot air here throughout the course of the next 3 hours. You want to be a part of the show? You can. 402-464-5685. Jay Foreman, it's been a long 48 hours. Welcome back, my friend.
Well, thank you. You know, you welcoming me back is a lot better than some other people that work here.
I know how to treat my friends right.
Yeah.
I don't want to be enemies. I want to be friends.
Yeah, Nick Sainer is definitely an enemy.
I thought we were going to avoid the naming of names.
He's an enemy of the state.
Good thing you know people.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll get him back, though.
We.
Yeah, we in this together.
You're right.
Yeah,
I do have to cite as
we-
my co-host on
we-
this one, so might have to drag me
I
kicking
just
and
don't like,
screaming.
man. I just don't. I'm not just gonna go into it. But I just do not like. I know right now. I sent Nick on a pretty easy situation. All right. Now I've been hooking him up since I've been knowing him.
Since day one.
Since day one, I've been lining him up real clean.
Whatever he needs. Jay's got it.
Started out bringing him to Colorado and all this other stuff, and then now
What does he do? He goes and upgrades on you.
Upgrades on me, throws it in my face. And then, matter of fact, this is your room. When he came, because I was on site. He's like, "Oh, this is your room. Oh, mine was a king with a view." So forth and so on. He going on all these trips, leaving his boy behind. Now I sent him today to do something, and now he has some incriminating evidence, and now he thinks I just know. Now I know exactly how to deal with him.
Is the clarity nice at least?
The clarity is nice.
Okay.
Between him and Eric on the text line, I know exactly where they stand.
Eric, appreciate you texting in here. Jake texts in a Dolphins logo again.
Damn.
Talk about rubbing your face in it.
That's all right. You know what? They beat us. They beat the brakes off of us. And Jake needs this right now because when they get blown out this weekend, he'll be back to reality. But I'm gonna give him.
Miami had their Super Bowl.
I'm not like Jake where my team loses and I'm gonna give him full credit. This is his week. He would have been smart if he bet me that I would have had to wear some Dolphins, but he didn't.
Because he wasn't that confident.
Yeah, he was not confident at all.
No. Nor should he have been.
Yeah.
What is that now? 3-15 for the Dolphins against Sean McDermott?
Yeah.
Something like
It's
that.
that heat.
It is.
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You know what happens. He got
a little
soft.
dehydrated.
Yeah, a little dehydrated. He'd be all right though.
He is.
Yeah.
We'll see. Speaking of the heat in that general area of the country, more heat on LSU right now, Jay. They claim that they didn't actually fire Brian Kelly before.
So he's the coach?
Well, no. He's not the coach, but he wasn't fired. It's LSU trying to get creative about how they can avoid paying $54 million. Essentially, you have the conversation between Scott Woodward and Brian Kelly. Hey, nope, you're not a coach anymore. We got to go a different direction. And now LSU is arguing under some really tiny language or some vague wording in a contract about, well, you weren't fired then. We're finding ways to fire you for cause, so we don't have to pay you the buyout. And Brian Kelly's like, I'm not settling. You pay me my money.
Yeah, and also, he'll coach again.
Yeah.
He'll coach again somewhere. So
Next year, probably.
Yeah, next year. So it's not truly $54 million.
No.
And to be honest with you, how does this look for any other coach that's going to come coach there?
Really bad.
You're really, you were the shining star of the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it first initially happened.
In a crazy cycle with a bunch of big jobs,
Right.
You were the shiny.
You just leapfrog Penn State, and that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Florida, not so much. But now you're dropping drastically. If I was a coach and I had to choose between Florida, Penn State, LSU initially, it's LSU all the way.
Yeah.
Now, there's no way. I mean, you could agree to be their coach and spend 4 weeks making sure they can't do this to you. So you don't even know whether you show up to work or not because they might, go back on it. And then you're back in the, the coach's pool.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems short-sighted. Now it seems personal. Sure, Brian Kelly is not very likable, and he did some things, and he did some stupid stuff like, not allowing former players around. Andrew Whitworth, tried to reach out to him a couple times. I mean, he just did ignorant. I mean, that's just dumb. I mean, let's just be honest.
It's not helping anyone, hurting everyone.
And he knows better.
Yeah.
I mean, you
still did it, but knows
right.
better.
You the head coach at Notre Dame. You're not gonna Lou Holtz call you. No, man. I tell him I get back to him.
I get a minute.
Right. Or just just something like that. So I understand all that, but that doesn't mean that you, unfortunately for him, you still owe him money. Now you're going to be in there haggling over. You're going to spend probably millions of dollars. Then you're going to have to end up paying his lawyer fees when he wins. And all for what?
For what?
Yeah.
That's the question. Who are you helping? Because it's clearly not helping you. Are you making Brian Kelly,
Yeah.
a sympathetic figure in college sports. No one liked the guy. You hear the stories, right? The ones you brought up about LaFleur, right?
Oh, yeah.
And McVay when they were at the Central Michigan underneath him, and, being forced to serve as the valets instead of getting the invite to the party, on through Cincinnati, through Notre Dame, and then LSU, where he's rubbed people the wrong way. They haven't necessarily liked the guy. And yet, LSU, you are making us almost feel sorry for the guy that you made a bad decision to hire him, got way less than what you thought you were paying for.
Yeah.
And now you just won't pay him because you're stupid. I get it. You want to find your way out of $54 million. But like you said, by the time he gets a new job, maybe it's 30 that you're on the hook for, which is still a lot of money. But again, that was your choice. You got to swallow the pill at some point.
If you were this worried about paying him, you shouldn't have fired him.
How about that?
If you were this worried about paying him, then maybe you shouldn't have fired him, or whoever fired him shouldn't have had the authority to fire him.
Well, who got fired, right? Who fired him, right? The now fired athletic director.
Right, but the governor fired him initially, didn't he? Because the governor held the board meeting without the AD and was like, "This is what you need to do." Right?
Essentially,
yeah. So.
Well, then said, "No, I'm not letting the AD pick the next coach." Right. So pre-firing the AD.
Yeah, then now you fired him. Now I'm firing. It's just all jacked. LSU's a storied program. They're not doing business the right way. I don't know if their pockets are a little tight. Because part of the buyout, you have to project, when he'll get another job.
Mm-hmm.
And you're helping Brian Kelly's case to get all his money from you and potentially never work anymore. You could see him doing something like that. Go take a small college job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks. I'll do it for $200,000. Give it the rest of my.
Right.
Right. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's what 1171 says. For all the reason you guys have just mentioned, why are you so confident that Brian Kelly will get another job?
I think he's a good coach. I don't think he was a good fit for LSU. I think the paycheck fit. I think the idea fit really well. I think he started off on the wrong foot, and it just never kind of progressed from there. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a really good coach when he has a really good coordinator and a really good offensive defensive coordinator, and obviously special teams. I do think, like a lot of coaches that get this type of, first of all, what people have to understand, all these coaches that are making all this money, they get obviously a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, they're getting paid whatever the market says for them to get paid. They get a ton of power, and they can kind of lose their way a little bit, and that's probably what hurt them the most. Down there, you didn't have to try to be from Louisiana. You just had to accept and really welcome some of their traditions and figure out what worked, and then obviously add to it, because that's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to be an upgrade from Ed Orgeron from a CEO standpoint, which means how you treat people and how things flow. And then obviously you're getting an uptick in talent. So what you are able to improve at Notre Dame pre-NIL transfer portal, let's call it the super NIL and super transfer portal, you were able to do essentially recruiting in like a 2-state area with LSU. It just didn't work.
I'm not sure Brian Kelly fully understood the last 2 jobs he took. Notre Dame, to say you can't get the talent there, sure, academic, high-minded school, whatever. If you can't get talent to Notre Dame, is that a Notre Dame issue or is that a U issue? It's a U issue. And then at LSU.
They had talent.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
college football playoff team.
Now, did they have the type of talent to beat that really good Alabama team when they got smoked? But
who did?
Nobody. That's why they're one of the best teams of all time. And then the next year they were back in it. They were, I think, Clemson. Then the next year they played, I forget who it was. It was a down 1-score game. So you were there talent-wise. Sure, he was under a lot of immense pressure to win a national title when we were kind of getting into college football playoffs. But yeah, saying you can't get the talent at Notre Dame and then you just pushing out first-round linemen and Hall of Fame linemen is probably offensive linemen, stuff you probably shouldn't really utter out there.
You shouldn't. But I think it's also clear that Marcus Freeman at least understands the job he's at.
Right now he does.
And maybe it's different because he's a first-time head coach, there at Notre Dame. But I think credit to Marcus Freeman for keeping his head down and working, in the extra medium shirts. Corey in Lincoln says Florida's not hiring Brian Kelly. If he doesn't get the Penn State job, what job would he want? As a 64-year-old, would he want to take over a second-tier program?
If he had some sort of connection to it, he could probably very well sit out a year. He can get on TV.
Mhm.
Like this Brian Kelly and the stuff he kind of did or how he treated people can kind of blow over. And then kind of when you're getting into the college football playoffs, somebody will want him on TV. He's actually pretty decent of an interview when he's in a, kind of in that type of like arena. So look, if the worst, Brian Kelly's not the worst out there. Like as far as like
personality
and how he's treated people, stuff like that. And those other people have gotten other opportunities. I mean, you got to think Steve Sarkisian has had, a couple issues. Now, obviously not, directly related to Brian Kelly, but you hear some stories about Steve Sarkisian, but when he was out there, and even a little bit now, like, he was at a golf thing and, caddies they have a lot of time with him. And he was like Steve Sarkisian, and all he did was talk about himself. But all I'm saying is you can get back in it if you go, through the right steps. And 64 is young.
I mean, even if he only has 5 years left, let's say, if he's going to coach till he's 70,
go to Florida.
He could.
He could. Florida would take Brian Kelly on a 5-year contract, knowing they're probably trying to fire him after 3. And if he's there and doing well, so be it.
Or even think about like an Oklahoma State or in Arkansas, a job like that. I don't think he's going to Stanford. I think that's a bridge too far. I think Penn State will look somewhere else. But if you're in Oklahoma State or you're in Arkansas and you can get 5 to 6 years of 8+ wins, maybe year one's a little bumpy, so you get 3 or 4, but then you're 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, 8. That's a huge step in the right direction. You deal with it, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're a player or you're a coach, no matter what your shtick is, how big your ego is, there's a school out there, more likely than not, that can deal with it to a point. But for LSU, it came to the point of diminishing returns where, okay, we can't put up with this any longer. Every place has a different breaking point, depending on how far the person in question pushes, right? Think about Antonio Brown. Not a perfect comparison by any means, but how long did teams keep taking chances on him, hoping that, I can fix him? I just need the talent, or we can deal with it.
Yeah.
Turns out you couldn't.
Until you don't produce. You deal with it until you don't produce.
And Brian Kelly's still producing generally.
Yeah, he's still producing. And, he was losing close games and losing to top-ranked teams. I think their approach probably to the portal was more of desperation this year, where you went in and got it was kind of like Florida State, a couple years ago, right? And didn't gel offensively or defensively, and they just haven't lived up to the expectations. I don't think the offense was as dangerous as they thought it was going to be. The competition in the SEC is really, really good. And if you're not Trump tight, especially offensively, you're in some trouble. And that's what he was kind of known for. So, and then on top of how you treat guys or how you treat people in the building, when you're winning, it's good. But then when you're losing and losing big games on national TV, then it's like, all right, it's time for you to go. If you also, I think Bo Pelini did well, but he kind of was abrasive at times. And when of course, you still won 9 games, but then you start to hear, you're getting embarrassed on the big games. Well, then you start to remember when he was like razor thin with his hat with the referee, I think against Iowa, even though he wasn't in the right with the bad call.
Right.
That gets kind of exploited. And then next thing, he's gone. So either way, they got to pay him his money.
You're not going to not pay him his money. Tom Mars, who's a pretty famous college sports and coaches contracts lawyer, says, my take on the likelihood of LSU getting Brian Kelly's buyout reduced, chances are approximately 0. Worse yet, by allowing its for-cause position to become public, LSU has given Kelly the perfect excuse to say why he can't get a job anywhere else, eliminating any offset for LSU.
Sometimes the best things that you need to say is nothing. And, and he must have been trying to work out a deal with him because he was open to it. So
until you started running your mouth.
Until you started running your mouth and embarrassing him and saying he wasn't going to get anything, then he's like, all right, man, enough is enough. And so you almost had a little bit of reduction.
But but you couldn't let good enough be good enough.
Yeah.
You had to push for paying nothing. A few more texts to get to here. 1171. Brian Kelly doesn't fit the South. For that reason, he's not going to Oklahoma State or Arkansas. I think if Michigan State fires Jonathan Smith, he could go back to Oregon State, and Brian Kelly would go to Michigan State. What do you think about that scenario, Jay?
I could see him at Michigan State. That would fit him. I think with Brian Kelly, it's just going to come down to like what he has recognized he needed to change. How he's going to go about it and actually do it and make it a part of like who he has to realize. Okay, you go to Michigan State. Muhsin Muhammad can hang around. You know what I mean? I mean, you just can't. Kirk Cousins can go, so you gotta
Connor Cook.
Yeah, all those guys. So you gotta figure out that. You gotta figure out how you're treating people on a day-to-day basis. Once he does that, the coaching will take care of itself. But that is part of coaching, and it can't be only for when the lights are on, because that only lasts so long. And then once you do, you know what I'm saying? If you're
it's the motivation versus discipline.
And if you're faking it, because discipline is a part of you. Once you're faking it, and say it doesn't work out at Michigan State again, and you're only 3 years in, you're done, dude.
Yeah,
you're done. You're not going to, or unless you're going to go and try to coach at a small college. And
you going to Akron, really?
Yeah, you're not trying to do that.
No.
Then you're going to try to get on TV. Not happening.
No, not happening. Here's a good segue. 6785 says Brian Kelly will end up at UCLA. Book it. Interesting. I think Michigan State probably be more likely if they make a move. But Jay, that leads us into this with UCLA. They are nearing a deal to stop playing at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
They moved from the Rose Bowl to SoFi Stadium, about 20,000, 19,000 less capacity, more premium suites. Okay, interesting move. It's closer to campus as well by about 20 miles. But Jay, here's the thing. UCLA, a school like most right now that is operating in the red, is rumored to owe the city of Pasadena between $60 and $80 million to break the lease and move into SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Your check's in the mail. They're pulling Al Davis. They're pulling Al Davis on him.
Straight up.
You know who did? Al Davis did that too. When the Raiders, I'll get you. It's coming.
Bye. I'll get you.
Yeah.
But bye.
They're trying to get a good faith, like let me up out of there, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, it's already happening.
But I don't think if Pasadena sticks to that 60-80 million, UCLA would be open there again. Well, I don't even see the benefit of UCLA going to
the SoFi.
I don't even see the benefit of it.
They think their bet from the reporting I've heard is that they think they can get people to fill more of the premium suites that exist in SoFi. So maybe attendance is about the same, but you think you can get more from some bigger donors since you have more of those kind of suite or club level opportunities available.
That's for a bad football program.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's.
Especially if it's going to cost you $80 million, even if it quote unquote only costs you $60 million.
It's not even going to work. It just doesn't even seem like it's even feasible to even get that done. But it's man. Well, I think UCLA, you're trying to hire a coach. Part of where we're going to play.
Jeff Schwartz, former NFL guy, said convert the multi-purpose stadium they have now, Drake Stadium, kind of their track stadium now, holds about 11,700. Obviously, you renovate it, put stands on all sides, but could you use that on campus? Build a new track facility, remodel football, actually have something on campus. Like, it's cool that you played in the Rose Bowl, but the fact that you weren't good, you weren't a draw, and it's 30 miles from campus, you put yourself in what could have been a really cool position if it was just down the road.
Right.
But 32 miles in LA traffic, students aren't going to fight
like 2 hours. Yeah. That would be pretty cool right on campus, though.
It would be.
Yeah. It might, and just make it 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. 50,000. I don't know, so that'd be pretty cool.
According to Lincoln, SoFi is 13 miles from campus and the Rose Bowl is 32 miles. I mean, it'd be one thing if SoFi was 3 miles from campus and you had like a pedestrian bridge or you had like trams going back and forth. Even 13 miles, that's going to be a good 45 minutes.
You ever been in LA traffic?
I've never been in LA.
I understand why people get mad. Straight up. You could be 5 miles and it could take you an hour. Yeah, it's not fun. So I don't know. I think that it's the worst thing that they can do. And if they want to do it, then so be it. It's going to affect how they get a coach.
Oh, without a doubt.
And every move they've been making right now seems like the wrong ones over the last few years. And so they better get it together and figure out what they're going to do. I would say, hey, look, all right, we can do it one more year and then, try to raise some money to do something on campus. I would assume you could make suites in there, because they'd be new. You can make it the way you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be really good for track. You could probably get some bigger track events there, like some U.S., qualifying events for the Olympics and stuff.
Try to compete with Oregon.
Yeah. I mean, you could get some, or maybe was it USTA, when they do their circuit, big college events, but we shall see.
I'll just say good luck. I hope
it works out for you.
I do hope it works out for him.
Or you just hit him with stay blessed.
Stay blessed. Martin Jarman.
Yeah.
Stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
Not staying blessed, Nico Harrison. Anthony Davis. Could he be blessed with a trade? Let's talk through some trade possibilities.
To the Lakers.
It's on the list. We'll talk about that when we get back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through November 16th, enjoy USDA Choice Tomahawk ribeyes $14.99 per pound. USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips $9.99 each. All natural boneless chicken breasts $2.48 per pound, and all natural thick cut bone-in pork chops $2.88 per pound. Plus, call ahead now to reserve your fresh turkey for Thanksgiving. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, Austin Norman and Jay Foreman. Jay, first and foremost, let's just get your reaction to Nico Harrison being fired real quick before we jump into the business of the segment.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, the owner said that he made Nico make the trade. But Nico had been talking about the trade for a while. There also was a guy that was saying that essentially, I think it was Nico, but he didn't name Nico. He said, Nico, I think Nico was Nico like friend or close to Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Palinka, who's Kobe's agent.
So he was saying that
Nike.
When Kobe lost to the Celtics, so this is Nico talking, but it wasn't the guy that was saying this didn't name it. Nico.
Yeah.
That Kobe, when he was working out at his house or at the Lakers facility, kept playing the Celtics fight song or whatever through his whole offseason.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they ended up winning. And then he was around or knew somebody close to LeBron after they lost to Dallas. He didn't come out and, then he went back to the lab. Well, when Luka and them made it to the finals, Luka came back fatter than ever, out of shape and injured.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they decided to trade him. Nico's taking a lot of heat. Essentially, hopefully they take care of him because he just only did what he was told to do.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna have a stadium of close to 20,000 people or whatever it is at arena. They didn't fire the owner because the owner owns the building that you're sitting in. It's tough business, and for him it might be better too. I don't know how good or how much he's well thought of in the GM, realms, but hopefully he gets another opportunity.
Even if it's back at Nike or something, you're not looking at that guy the same. Like, you get why he had to take the general manager opportunity. I mean, there's only 30 of those jobs in the world.
Yeah.
But even if you know him really well, aren't you still looking somewhat sideways at him? What are you going to do next?
What were you thinking?
Were you just taking orders?
Yeah.
Did you not have the stones to say, hey, even if it's the first time GM, I know this is stupid. We can't do this?
I think he also was thinking about doing it.
Oh, he had to have been.
Because he was talking, that type of deal, I think Nico initially floated out there. I don't know if it was like wine or alcohol induced. He sent the text message because he just sent, it was like, he sent the text and was like, Pelinka was like, oh, I got you on the hook. It's no different than when the Giants GM who knew Dan Morgan, and Dan Morgan had him hook, line, and sinker down there in the Senior Bowl for Brian Burns.
Yeah.
Fleeced him. Now, Brian Burns obviously produced, but I don't know, man. It's tough, but you know what? You wish him the best.
The Mavericks right now sit at 3-8, 14th in the Western Conference. Players have said it's been harder to play at home than it has been on the road with the Fire Nico chants going on in the arena. So, Jay, Nico Harrison won't get to make any of the next moves of former Maverick Michael Finley, part of the brain trust in charge of handling the day-to-day operations and transactions for the Dallas Mavericks. First and foremost, could trading Anthony Davis be on the table, and should trading Anthony Davis be on the table for the Dallas Mavericks?
I mean, depends on what Dallas is trying to do. I mean, if you're going to trade Anthony Davis, then you need to trade Kyrie Irving, and you need to trade Klay Thompson, and just start over with Cooper Flagg and D'Angelo Russell and some complementary pieces. There's nothing wrong with that.
Could you get more for Kyrie coming off an injury or a slightly younger D'Lo? Who can play this year?
Kyrie would be second half of the season.
At best.
At best.
Yeah.
Depends on where Kyrie's at. I mean, just because of health-wise, you say D'Angelo, but do you really want D'Angelo running your team? If you're in the okay, let me ask you this: if you're the Houston Rockets, exactly, and they need a point, you probably would look more to Kyrie if he's able to come back. But that's an interesting question. But you'd rather have D'Angelo in Dallas, in my opinion, with Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Yeah. Just because, Cooper Flagg would be the number one option, or, 1B, and just eventually take over the team because you picked him number one.
Right. A guy that, Kyrie's been that alpha on teams before. D'Lo's tried to be, but hasn't been as successful. He's had more success when he's able to be number 2 or number 3. And if you're Dallas, you get the ball out of Cooper Flagg's hands as the initiator as the point guard. You can put him in his spots where he can be successful. So then, Jay, let's flip this around. The Mavs have their 2026 first-round pick and don't have another one of their own firsts until 2031. Thanks in large part to some of the deals being made and not getting picks back really in any way, shape, or form from the Lakers. I don't know if Anthony Davis is worth more than one, maybe 2 firsts right now, depending on what else you would end up packaging him with. But let's say, just for the sake of argument, the Mavericks are open to trading Anthony Davis. Is there a team or two out there that you think would be a good fit for the current version of 32-year-old Brow?
I like him back at the Lakers for the rest of the season with Bron. And then they both leave at the end of this season and go to the Clippers.
Ooh, interesting. Both of them to the Clips?
Yeah.
Both of them. Really?
Yeah.
I'm
talking about not this year, but next year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Bron can't be in LA no more. Once
the Clippers are in LA, right?
No, I mean with the Lakers. And that lets you know I never think about the Clippers as in LA. The Clippers,
Inglewood.
They're in Clipper City,
yeah, right?
Lob City or whatever. But with LeBron, you just can't be there anymore. When they're talking about Austin Reeves and all this and comparing him to you, that's disrespectful.
Come on.
And they're talking about Luka's ready. Luka's not ready. Luka is a great player. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not a winner. He's not going to win you a championship. He's just not. Austin, that man is a turnstile on defense. He will not win a championship. When you're not in shape, Austin, that's the only thing that you can control. Let me ask you this. Name one superstar that's won a championship that's been out of shape.
Shaquille O'Neal, 2006 Miami.
Oh, but he was backing up.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm stretching. I'm stretching.
In his prime.
Yeah.
And even Shaq, when he had weight problems, he got it. But then Shaq got bigger because of the fouls that he was taking. There's not one. And
You're right. You're right.
Barkley,
Mhm.
probably one of the best at his position.
Mhm.
No ring. Luka would be the same. You heard it here first.
I think Luka ends up a better player than Charles Barkley. I really do. I mean, the amount of usage that he's had, he's not shooting well this year, but his shooting efficiency has ticked up every year. The number of guys that have been first team All NBA as often as he has by this age. I mean, he's just entering his athletic prime. Like, I hear you. You're right. The mental side of sports has to factor in, and I'm willing to believe it. This is also a guy who played a key role winning EuroLeague MVP and leading Real Madrid in the second best league in the world to a championship at age 18.
Yeah.
Before he came over, right? Now, maybe he got, literally fat and, spiritually happy in America, right? Here overseas, and maybe it's not the same young man, doesn't feel the same drive to prove himself. But he has won, being the star of the show. I mean, yes, alongside Kyrie in Dallas. But did anyone look at that team going into the playoffs and say, yeah, they have a legit chance to make the finals? No, but they did. Luka raised his game. Ran into a better team in Boston. Wasn't able to do it, but that was really his first extended playoff run. Yeah. So I'm not willing to write Luka off as not a winner quite yet. Now, I will certainly agree that he has plenty of work to do to prove it. There's another gear, but the dude's averaging 37 points a game right now in Los Angeles. Even the defensive metrics, they're not the prettiest thing in the world, but he will compete. He has locked in. Like, the numbers aren't as bad as you would think for his reputation. They're not Trae Young level bad. And again, Luka's a much better player than Trae Young, needs to be held to a higher standard. I get that. But I'm not out of Luka's not a winner quite yet. Pairing
that
AD
probably
with
was a little
him,
bit too far.
But I get what you're coming from, what you're saying. How different will it be too? I mean, is LeBron elevating Luka? Not right now, obviously he's off the court, but was it an easy partnership for those two last year? It was fine. It wasn't skeleton key everything.
It wasn't like a huge uptick, and that's why you look at the trade. I would say you went and got DeAndre Ayton, right?
Mhm.
But if you could get AD just for this 3/4 of the year, with LeBron, you can provide more depth. You have more defensive prowess, which always has been, which is in the middle has been the Lakers' Achilles or thorn in the side. I think that's what you do, but I doubt it'll happen because I think Rob Pelinka is trying to find a way. I think he's trying to find a way to break up with LeBron, and he would probably view Anthony Davis part of LeBron, even though Luka represented by a club. No, he's not, right?
Ooh, I don't remember.
No, is he? But either way, I think he would be wanting to try.
He's with Bill Duffy, WME.
Yeah, so he would try to distance himself from LeBron and Clutch for a little while.
Yeah.
And let him continue to burn the house down.
Let me give you two options that I think stand out to me as interesting. Not that I'd love it, but as interesting. Number one, send AD home to Chicago. You can get Vooch off the books.
Yeah.
I know he's been there for a while. He's a stalwart. That's a risk for a Bulls team that's surprisingly pesky right now. But you send AD home, more athletic than Vooch, can run the floor, better defender.
In the East, too.
In the East?
Yeah.
I'm in on that. The other one that I don't really see the path for, but would certainly be interesting, Golden State. Send him up the coast. You have Al Horford, who can play the 4 or the 5, in and out, both of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, the site that I'm reading here, CBS Sports, says it would be Kuminga and Draymond Green, and probably then either Moses Moody or Buddy Hield.
To the Lakers?
To the Lakers for AD. LeBron would love having, a shooter like Buddy Hield. Even Moses Moody's not bad from range. And Kuminga, coming off the bench.
And Draymond.
And Draymond?
That might be the best of both worlds for everybody.
But
you don't want the Golden State to level up with Steph. And a rim protector.
Or do you trade Jimmy Butler for Anthony Davis? Before he gets fully malcontent
Yeah.
You say, hey, we gave it a run. We appreciate what you brought, but you know what?
Yeah, I would.
But then to the Lakers, have 3 guys playing very similar positions.
Because who would the Lakers get? Or just
Jimmy.
Oh, the Lakers would get Jimmy.
Yes.
Oh no.
Or Dallas gets Jimmy Butler and some picks, or Golden State finds a third team.
Yeah, you have to send him down. But do you even want him around Cooper Flag?
His deal's up in a year too. That's the other part of it for Dallas, right? They need picks and they need money off the books by 2031.
Yeah, but I mean, just the way that you got to think
he's a Texas guy, Tomball, Texas.
Yeah, but he's not the kid that came from Tomball, Texas. He's Jimmy Butler now.
Would he get back in touch with his roots?
No.
Okay.
He's too far gone. And I'm not saying that he's not a bad guy in the locker room, but it's just like Cooper Flag is 18, 19 years old in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You need really good veterans around him that he sees on a daily basis what he needs to do to maximize his potential, not to just be a good player, a role player, but to be a good to great player.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need a very influential person around him that can show him the ropes, show him what it's like to work and what it needs to be, what it means to be a pro. You really want him around Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy does put the work in.
My man be coming out there looking like, was that emo? Was that style he was in?
Emo, yeah.
Emo. To each his own. But that's if I pick Cooper Flag number 1, I'm trying to find somebody that he can, that can embody professionalism because he's got to be
I'd rather get like a Harrison Barnes or an Andrew Wiggins.
Right. If you blow up this Dallas Mavericks, I don't know what you call
experiment.
You got to make sure you surround him with guys that are there to help him become the best he can be.
The other options that stood out to me that some people threw out there, the Sacramento Kings, I wouldn't really understand. Detroit, would they go all in? Probably trade Isaiah Stewart away as part of the package.
To where? Shanghai Sharks?
No, Isaiah Stewart's an NBA guy.
I know he is. Nobody wants him. Would you want him in your locker room?
Yes.
No.
He's a good team guy. He's an enforcer.
You'd want him on your team. That dude right there, the fact that he tries to fight everybody unprovoked.
To be fair, I was also an Isaiah Stewart guy when he was at Washington. I was a fan of him. So I might not be the best resource.
I think he's one of those guys you probably like on your team you don't want to play against. He reminds me of what's this dude that used to play for the Knicks, AC? Remember?
Quincy AC from Baylor. Yeah.
When he would dunk. Remember when he would dunk on people?
Yeah.
He would push them out of the way, and then he would just like walk in their face and stuff. And then he'd start pushing the refs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I think yeah.
Couple other things then. 3591 says Jokic isn't really in shape, and Paul Pierce, those guys who are out of shape and won championships in their primes. Jokic was playing a bunch of minutes though.
Yeah, Jokic is in shape. Paul Pierce was in shape. They just weren't lean. They were what Kendrick Perkins called wax bodies.
Right.
Luka was fat.
Yes, straight up.
Yeah.
Chubby cheeks and everything.
Yeah. Paul Pierce has been looking the same when I ran into him down there in Lawrence once when he was at Kansas. He's the same. Joker's always going to be like that. This big old husky dude.
And that's part of the appeal of Jokic, so that he can make it work. So, anyways, we'll go to break. We will wrap up hour 1 of the show with a new name on White Boy Wednesday. A couple of them, in fact. That's how we wrap up hour 1 of Old School.
Nick saying.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through November 16th, enjoy USDA Choice Tomahawk ribeyes, $14.99 per pound. USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips, $9.99 each. All-natural boneless chicken breasts, $2.48 per pound. And all-natural thick-cut bone-in pork chops, $2.88 per pound. Plus, call ahead now to reserve your fresh turkey for Thanksgiving. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
This Black Friday, it is time to hit your goals before the new year even starts. At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, get 40% off our next 10-week challenge, plus 6 weeks for free to kickstart your fitness journey. Start training December 1st with kickboxing, strength training, and personalized nutrition. So when our official challenge begins January 10th, you're already ahead of the game. Spots are limited. Don't wait for January to make your resolution. Start strong now. Visit fxbeatlincoln.com or stop by one of our 2 locations at South 40th and Yankee Hill or North 70th and Vine. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. Stronger starts here.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I Parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I Parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back here, Austin Norman, Jay Foreman, wrapping up hour one of Old School on a Wednesday. Big shout out to the great folks down at Grotto Bar and Lounge on the Clock Tower Shopping Plaza. Check them out, 70th and A. Daily specials, all sorts of great drinks, unique items to them. As always, that is Grotto Bar and Lounge down 70th and A. Jay, it's the favorite time of the week, White Boy Wednesday. Of course, Whiteboard Wednesday coming up next. First of all, shout out to the Hoibergler, Sam Hoiberg. Career high, 18 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 4 from 3, 7 first-half rebounds, and 4 assists on the game. That game last night, Jay, I watched back on Big Ten Plus on the replay, and that's the perfect Sam Hoiberg game. No one else has it going. You need your energy, guys. Sam's been a starter for Nebraska through the first 3 games this year. Wasn't perfect for Nebraska, but when they needed that steadying influence, they got just enough from Sam Hoiberg to push them over the edge. In a sloppy game, a game that Nebraska missed a lot of open shots and wasn't consistently crisp, that's the perfect opportunity for a guy like Sam to have a career night.
Right. Yeah, because you need him because you can build confidence off of, even though the opponent's lesser, but you can go to him in maybe smaller spurts in those same type of scenarios in a game. And seeing the ball go through the bucket is going to build confidence no matter what you're doing. So you also, obviously you want everything for Sam to do well because he's really worked it, worked hard to earn his spot, keep his spot, and then obviously maybe not starting this year, but continue to put in good effort. So you're always happy for somebody like that.
And a secondary shout out on the basketball team goes to Price Sanford. Another good game for him, 19 points on 8 of 13, including 3 of 8 from 3, adds 5 rebounds there as well. Had a 5-0 personal run toward the end of the first half, and Nebraska ran a set for him to start the second half out of their Iverson series. Gets a layup for him there. So shout out to Price Sanford. But then, Jay, in hockey, how about this? If I said the names Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky, would you know who I'm talking about?
I know who they are.
Okay. There's a young man in the NHL who has matched them in having the fewest games to reach 26 points. Macklin Celebrini. Never heard of him.
Who is that?
It plays for the Sharks.
I was going to say McDavid, but no.
It was not. No. McDavid's been in the league a few years. So this is a rookie in Macklin Celebrini, only 19 years old, has scored 26 points in 17 games. Oh, this is his second year in the NHL. That is tied with Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky for the fewest games to reach 26 points by a teenager in NHL history.
That's awesome.
Good for that young man.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like if you don't come in the NHL and start ripping stuff up by the age of 20, you're like 2 years behind.
Right.
Yeah.
I know nothing about San Jose, where the Sharks play. Is it like, hey, good for you, you get to live in San Jose, or poor guy, you're living in San Jose, all you got to do is hockey?
San Jose's nice. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys on the 49ers when I was there, would frequent there. It's nice. I like San Jose.
Good to know.
Yeah. I saw Sidney Crosby play.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah. Before, I didn't even know who the heck he was. He was playing in like
Proto-Sydney. Okay.
He was playing in like, I don't know, was it junior whatever?
World something.
Yeah, but it was up in Canada and I was up in like Kitchener.
Kitchener, Ontario?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was up there.
Buying the cheap suits.
Yeah, no, I was up there.
It is the cheap suits.
Yeah,
just say yes.
I was actually golfing and drinking. And I remember
and buying cheap suits.
The whole town was shut down. And there's this big old hockey thing, and it just says Sidney Crosby is here, right?
Okay.
So, and then they had TVs outside and stuff, like because you couldn't get in. So I knew somebody got in, and they're like, "Yeah, this dude's supposed to be the next Wayne Gretzky."
Not far off.
And he had like 3 goals. So I was like, "Yeah, he's probably pretty good.
He's pretty solid."
Yeah.
So Sam Hoiberg and Macklin Celebrini shout outs on White Boy Wednesday. Whiteboard Wednesday, Nebraska football edition. What Nebraska did well against UCLA on both sides of the ball. Coming up next here at 4.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light wind. Good afternoon, high around 64. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, calm winds, low around 42. And tomorrow, we'll see decreasing clouds throughout the day, go along with light winds and a high around 68. Meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School, the new school way. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andermatt/Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. We're live on this. This is a gorgeous day at 1040 O Street, about 60-something degrees, no wind, perfect grilling weather. So head over to the Mercado. They got obviously the Butcher Shop is one of my favorite places to go besides Sam's and Costco. So
if you're a grill master or a grill master in training, you'll want to be there.
Yeah, they'll hook you up. And they have single serving and family size pre-made meals too. And some pasta, and I think they have some candy and stuff like that as well. So they got a lot of variety over there, just not meats, but I go in there to see what I can put on the grill. But one person that was cooking last Saturday night, and I'm going to say this is, Coach Dana Holgerson making it easy for TJ Lateef to get into a rhythm. Now, if you can see on the screen here, it's 14-7, so it's a crucial part of the game right before halftime. So you're trying to make the most out of, this last 2 minutes and 44 seconds. So you put what you want to do for a young quarterback, and I know I'm talking from a defensive perspective, but this is what he was, obviously a really good thing what he was doing. Obviously, it's man-to-man when you just look at these two guys right here. Where am I? Okay. Oh, sorry. When you see these two guys right here, mugging right here, it's man-to-man. There's no zone right here. Got man-free, right? And then also, just to get double verification, you sent Dane Key in motion. This is the guy covering him. So it's man-to-man. Mm-hmm. And so now you're just giving him a simple read. And most likely, man-to-man means this linebacker right here, I'll just do the circle of his helmet, has the running back man-to-man. So what they're doing is reading where he's going to align or how he's going to obviously try to cover Dane Key, and then they're reading this whole linebacker, right? Because if this whole linebacker plays in the hole, and you'll see on this next slide, then he would be helping on the route that actually Dane Key caught for explosive pass play. Then he most likely would have thrown to the either one-on-one matchup, Heinrich Harburg against a little pipsqueak DB, or he would have came back to potentially one of these reads there, or he would have took off.
Because at that point, if that guy's sitting in the hole, the guy responsible for TJ Lateef is really no one at that point.
No one at that point. I don't think maybe he had earned enough credibility like Nico to have a hold defender. They would have probably had a little bit of delayed rush by this guy here, right? Because you can see that he's standing up, kind of looking at the quarterback. But either way, they would probably rather give up a quarterback run of 8 to 10 yards versus a 30-something yard pass play. And so this is a really good play design, get in motion so he can read, take all the guesswork out of it, really low pressure. He would have ran this with Dylan, but this is how UCLA is going man-to-man. There's no fair dodging. You just read off the whole defender and read also the depth of how he's trying to cover Dane Key here. And that's also important because if he's playing off, and in what you're going to see here, we used to call this an angle route, right, by the running back. And what it just take that angle route. So angle route by the running back would be, I'm going to go all the way back and erase this, right? So the angle route by the running back would be if the running back comes out here trying to get this linebacker to overrun and come here. Okay, so watch this next slide here. We'll go to the next slide and watch what they do here. Okay, so the play's going, right? So now you're seeing everything's declared, right? He's kind to, or this linebacker is trying to secondary rush, right? He's trying to come up and see, I think that's Mosey, see who he's blocking, kind of take him out of the passing, at the passing tree or the pass out of the route, right? You got this outside rusher rushing, so that obviously the whole defender is either spying the quarterback. In this case, he is spying the quarterback, which I don't really like, but he's spying the quarterback. And so now you have one-on-one Heinrich Harburg against the defensive back. So he's just trying to just bully him, right? They played into their hands, right? They should have maybe tried to run inside out or switch or something like that. They could have made some sort of call, to really eliminate this play right here. So he's trying to guard Dane Key or cover Dane Key from 7 yards deep off man. And it's what, second and seven.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, if
you're at the 35-yard line,
you have no chance. No chance. And also right here, I want to get this back. I'll go back one more slide right here. Okay, this is a little trick. This is a little tip right here. When this guy goes in motion, all right, he running all the way out here. He coming back inside. He's coming back inside. I want to, since Nick Sanders listening, I want to have really good English, right? I'm shooting him the bird in my mind. So reason why, if he's coming in motion this way, what's he going to do? Run in the flat? That's fine.
Congratulations.
Right.
Cool.
He's trying to get something up the field or inside. So as a defensive back, you got to know that. You got to play top down hard. All right. Now, if he hits you on an option route, then you just got to be able to tackle. So they really played themselves into that right there. So you see right there, they're reading the whole defender. The whole defender is reading the quarterback. So right there, TJ Lateef is like, oh, I got money right now. This Dane Key has just got to make me cash money records. Right. And he's going to run what we used to call right here. And this is like a linebacker from depth covering an angle route. So essentially, they're just taking a route from the middle of the formation and putting it here because this is a tight end here. This is a really cool play call. It's an old school play call. It's not a new play call, but it's just getting back to basics, letting you beat yourself. Because when I would have to cover a running back that would be offset here with a tight end, I would have to be able to fight through this or communicate. We might call banjo. We might switch it. We might play top down, kind of both of us play like kind of real soft. And once it declares, I have the first inside, whatever it is. But he's playing man to man on Dane Key right now. He is praying that Dane Key goes to the flat because he can come up and make that play.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, not so fast. And you see this right here with the linebacker looking at the quarterback. He's not trying to help it right there. They don't do that much. I don't understand it with as many mesh routes they run in today's football. You can get a lot of crossing routes. They don't have the whole defender help. Maybe it's because of the 5-yard rule. But with Dane Key, he's going to create separation here within 2 or 3 yards. You could really get a good hammer on him or make the pass a little bit harder. So
throw the timing off at the very least.
Throw the time, making TJ Lateef,
freshman quarterback, first start.
So when he throws this, he's going to catch it right around the hash. All right.
Ooh,
okay.
That's a straight line from where Lateef stands.
Right. And he's running this way. He's running away from the defender. Mm-hmm. Right. So when you think about this, if this whole defender was able to center field turn and make him throw it, he'd have to throw it. That's a harder pass right there. They don't make him do that. So when you look at this next slide here, right here, he gone. Look at this. Look at this. He just had to throw to that secondary window. This is good patience by him. Watch. Because very easily as a freshman, you want to throw it right there. You throw it to him. You just wait till he clears. Look at him. Now he's not even looking at Dane Key. He's looking at Heinrich Harburg just bullying this receiver. Actually, his pass interference or defensive holding. Now he has to come around here and try to catch him. Or worst case scenario, he comes under and Dane Key can outrun him.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect play call. UCLA played right into it. This whole defender, he's trying to read the eyes of the quarterback, right? Which is funny. Bro, he's just looking there, okay? You sprinting to the sideline, you're making it easier. When he's looking right, his feet are on the hash, right? Look at his feet. Look at TJ Lateef's right foot. You should be
on the hash.
On the hash, waiting right here. He might have got you a pick. But you ran out here like you were about to pick it and go up the sidelines.
Whoop!
Like it was a stationary, like X route. Not happening. Right here, ball's there. Right here, I guarantee.
Oh crap! Too late.
I've been there. I didn't say oh crap. I said something else. Buyer's remorse right there. He bought the cheese. He took the cheese.
Well, and then you see on the top that safety too.
Look at it.
Because Harburg ran that pipsqueak out of the way, and he couldn't get over top. Had to go underneath this guy.
Harburg ran a corner route. These two ran into each other like the Bopsy twins, right? Look at Dane Key.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Explosive play. Good play call. Good play call. Really good execution. Also, good protection there by the offensive line. Winning right there. Winning. So you want to give everybody credit. That's that offensive.
Just back up to that previous. Sorry, just a sec. He's got 2 yards of space as a bubble on every side. Probably.
Oh, yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And then more in front of him, obviously left tackle there. Guys trying to come back inside a little bit. But that's plenty of space to set that back foot, step up, and throw.
Oh, yeah. He's strong in the pocket, right? He hasn't ran out of the pocket. Delivering the ball right. He's throwing him open, right? Right on target, right? This is like a point guard. On time, on target. Really good execution right there. Allowed Dane Key to right there. Now he's past, look at him. He's still running here. 2nd and 7. Okay. Inside the 35-yard line. And he probably gets another 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, ends up at the 12.
Right. And this is the guy trying to catch him from behind. Not happening. You just can't.
Because that guy peeled off Barney to try to get him.
Yeah, to try to get him. Right? Because you got to think, when you're a man-to-man, you're like, I got to go try to get this. Doesn't happen. It's like somebody doesn't call like a back pick and you turn around and that's that alley-oop you just get dunked on. And that's exactly what happened to UCLA right there. And that's a really good offense. It's a good play call, good setup play, really good play for young freshmen. When you have a freshman quarterback on the road, you got 2 minutes and at that time, 44 seconds to give him an easy pitch and catch. Really good execution. Good. That's good all around. That's everybody from the coordinator all the way down to the O-line. It's a winning play. And UCLA played right into it, but you'll take what they give you. So the next one here, we're going to go defense here. Nico had been really killing us in the run game, right? And it's 4th and 1. Again, 14 – or this is the series before because they're driving here. So Nebraska gets the ball back. So I'm just letting the cat out of the bag. But they're driving here, and the quarterback run. You know this is what's coming, right? And they done a really good job. Now, if you can't pick up on this dude right here,
I think he's pulling.
He out there like he got a BBL, man. He's letting you know what he's doing. Now 92 is coming in. He's gonna motion over here and come back. That's where the ball's coming. This is an old school ISO power, man on man run play, which was open. But Nico got in his head and wanted to take it all himself. And there's a little tip. When quarterbacks get inside the red zone or in money time, they keep it like 80% of the time. Why? Because they like the glory.
Well, and also, I think part of it, too, is think how much UCLA's asked Nico to do already this year. So he's got in his head,
that's fine.
I got to do this.
You got to do this. But you think me over we.
Yeah.
When he is really doing well, he's just reading it, and then everything is just flowing together. You look at the Michigan State game, no misreads in the RPO game. He made a crucial mistake, which was at a crucial part in the game, and really gave Nebraska a leg up because you saw the cause and effect of it. So we should have had this first, but I like to do a little bit of cause and effect. So this play is supposed to hit right here, and ISO. Let me take this all the way back. ISO right here. Dang, Jake. Right here off the left tackle, right? And then Nico's going to RPO it right here. Now, who makes this play is my man Marshall.
Shout out the DB on the outside making the play.
He ain't scared.
No,
he saw 92. He did it the best way he could. He ain't bust him up a little bit, but the quickness is what makes big guys slow down and eliminates their ability to be really, really physical. When you don't run into a rhinoceros, run away from it. And that's what he did, and you'll see it right here, right? So because they feel like, right? Here, let's look at this count here. They feel like when he comes over here, when 92 comes right here, they have the numbers advantage. He's here, so he can get him. He can block Marshall.
Kick Marshall out to the sideline, probably.
He's pulling for Shavers. Okay, fullback on the safety. So it's an old school, what we used to call boss play, back on safety. Bob play, back on backer. It's real simple, right? But watch what happens here. Watch my man Marshall get busy. I want to give a shout out. Look, no fair dodging. He reads it, gets across the line of scrimmage, right? Times it up because big man was too casual, trying to look cute, right? They didn't pull. They couldn't pull because I think that Van Poppel got into him a little bit, right?
Didn't let him get off the ball.
Didn't let him get off the ball. They have a stalemate right there, right? Shavers is coming downhill right here. There's Javen right here, Guthrie right there. And I think that's Sierra, right? I'm not sure, right? And then you got Singleton, right? The free hitter. But if you're looking at this play right now, even if everybody stalemate and you hand it off to the running back, they get the first down because we hadn't won or they hadn't given us direct access to the play yet, meaning one of these guys in the backfield, even though Marshall is there. But he makes the play. He makes this guy miss a little bit, and then he obviously Nico messed it up so much that Nico messed up his read. So it's interesting when you watch this right here. The next play, it's going right. He misses, make him miss again. Little DBs. This dude is 320 pounds. You're not getting a tough man award, but trying to go heads up with him.
Why try to get off a block when you can get around?
You'll get the stupidity award getting knocked out by him. Okay, you'll feel all tough, but you'll be in the blue tent or whatever you got to go, right? But look at this right here. Look if the misread, Nico keeps the ball, and look at this. If he just is going, even though I like Singleton right there, he's going to make that, right? 9 times out of 10. But Nico decided against it, and guess who caused it right here? Messed up the read because he didn't think Andrew Marshall would be, 1, 2, 3, 4 yards deep in the backfield. Right? You usually think a defensive back will be here and be scary, and he can outrun him to the corner.
Or run him over. Nico's a big dude.
Yeah, run him
stiff
over.
arm him for a yard, yeah.
But he didn't. Nico has the ball, as you see it right here. right? He misreads it right here. This is how crucial a play like this can have on the outcome of the game. You get that first down, okay, and we're talking about playing winning football. They get another first down. I'm looking at the yardage, so they'd be at the worst case scenario, 36-yard line, 26-yard line with another first. Say they stymie and just go 0-0-0 as far as yards. That's a 43-yard field goal. They're only down 4 points going into half. And the clock is probably bled almost down to 0. Well, they lose this turnover on downs. Look at this right here. By Nico keeping it, even though Marshall initially missed him, it made him pitter-patter here. Get off of there. Made him pitter-patter, and now you have your free hitter in Singleton coming down already at the line of scrimmage, going to run him down.
And you have another free guy and one of the defensive linemen coming across pretty free as well.
And this is Shavers right here because he has his cast on. Right. So all those things right there.
So two of your better tacklers, free guy in Singleton and a guy you really trust to make a tackle in Shavers.
Free hitters.
2-on-1 on the quarterback.
Right. And that's all by Nico. Now he's like, I can't do anything. You're done. Because even though Marshall didn't make the tackle, he assisted the tackle because he made the play. Right. So when he's in meetings, I'm sure they're saying, okay, we need you to make the tackle. But you made the play, and that's a good teammate. You allow Singleton and Shavers and company to come over here and make the tackle at a crucial part of the game. You got a 14-7 lead. There's no telling if you're going to score more points. You still have a freshman quarterback, right? He could get a little bit nervous as the game gets tighter. It didn't happen for TJ Lateef. So defensively, okay, you got to make plays on 4th and 1, and you made it. They decided to go for it. Nico missed the read because when you look at Nico right here, now obviously I know everybody's chasing the ball. There's a running back right there.
Whoop.
There's a running back right there.
And like you said, if he just runs into the pile as the running back, odds are good they get it.
Right. And the ref will probably give him the benefit of the doubt, right? Unless you get truly knocked back, but all that momentum's going there. And here's the end result right here, right? Like how Marshall got out quick. And there's Singleton, Shavers, 2 or 3 yard loss. Even if he got past them and squeaked through there, that is Javen Wright, and I think that's Guthrie. I like the chances of those guys to stop him anyways. That's how those are 2 different plays. It was a really good offensive play call, set up, and execution by the offense, and obviously Dana and everybody, and then obviously defensively, really good job by Coach Butler and everybody, and then obviously Nico played into their hands. You
really think the defensive meeting group is telling Andrew Marshall he's got to make that tackle?
Every coach is saying that. Every coach.
I mean, there's
you got to have
there's do your job, there's make a play, and then
hey man, look, now granted,
he made the play possible.
The reality of they're telling him that, but he made the play. But you're like, you make a special play. Coaches are always trying to because you just can't stop there. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to get somewhere, you're coaching it, but in the back of your mind, you're like, all right, that was a really good play. But hey man, you can make that play. Let's make it next time. Get your money, right? He made the play. Everybody that watches it knows he made that play for the defense. Now Nico played in their hands, but he made that play for everybody else to clean up. And sometimes those are the plays that I'm talking about are winning football plays because you're making those even though you're not getting the credit for it. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's why it's important to do so because those are the plays that don't show up in the box score.
Well, that to me is the kind of the inverse example of the Cam Lenhart against Northwestern.
Yeah.
Guy trying so hard to prove a point. Hey, look what I did, right? I took on this blocker. I dominated him.
Oops. Yeah.
And there he goes around the end for a touchdown, as opposed to Marshall saying, hey, my job's to set the edge. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make the guy that they want to be the mismatch look like I was the mismatch for him.
And stopping the run, sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to just get the job done. I'm sure there's other coaching techniques that they would want him to do or whatever, but it worked out really good, not only for Marshall, but then obviously for Singleton and Shavers in the defense. And so they all did a good job on those plays. It was a crucial time and probably a point in the game that really, shifted the momentum and the flow of the game to Nebraska's way that UCLA couldn't overcome.
Well, and like you said, I mean, this stop sets up that touchdown that we saw before.
Right.
And Nebraska took about 4 and change off the clock to go score. They scored on all 3 first half drives before the one play kneel down to end the half. Like you said, I mean, think about it. They don't get this stop. UCLA probably takes it down inside the 2-minute warning. Even if Nebraska has a chance to double dip, how aggressive are they going to be with the freshman quarterback?
Right.
Who knows? But this gave a freshman quarterback and an offense that went 2 for 2 so far this game primo field position.
Yeah, house money, and you really had nothing to lose, and so it was set up and that's the complementary football. I think that Coach Rule mentions sometimes. You want your defense to make plays, your offense get it and take advantage of what the defense set them up to do, while you keep the momentum, right? That's where you got to learn how to put the dagger in the heart, and that's what you have to do if you're trying to win these next 2 games. You'll get opportunities against both teams. You got to cash in on them on one side of the ball and then double down and validate on the other side of the ball, and they did that in those 2 plays, and then back-to-back series in UCLA. So another Whiteboard Wednesday, didn't have it. We weren't playing anybody, so I didn't have any scouting reports, at least as of yet, unless we're talking about winning the bye week. So it was good to look back at some of the plays that I felt like, or 2 plays that I felt like really changed the momentum of the game. Obviously, the Huskers way. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
There's always a new experience to be had at Arbor Day Farm in Nebraska City. From events, adventures, wine tastings, or the Discovery Ride, you can never get tired of seeing what the property has to offer. Make a weekend out of it by staying at the Lead Lodge and enhance your stay with their special packages that include luxurious treatment. Learn more or book your adventure today online at arbordayfarm.org.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome back in. It is Old School 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 4:30 on a Wednesday, which means we're headed to our Allo Fiber VIP line, where we're joined by Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald. Evan, you are back in town. How was your trip out in the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains to see Nebraska versus UCLA at the Rose Bowl?
It was cool, man. You can, you see the magic on TV of the scenery and the atmosphere and everything else, and I thought it translated pretty well. I mean, the weather was good. Nebraska fans made their presence known, but just the venue itself. I mean, it's in a gorgeous part of Pasadena and Los Angeles, and you can just kind of tell the history that's there and all the iconic games that have happened over the years. So really enjoyed it. It was my first time out there, and would happily go back if Nebraska ever makes it back in the future.
Well, when Nebraska makes it back in the future, sounds like the Bruins are well underway with a move to SoFi Stadium instead. So it works out pretty well that you made the trip out this time to actually get to the Rose Bowl for this game versus having to hope it's, college football playoff game down the road.
Yeah, it'd be a different atmosphere for sure. I don't know that SoFi is dripping with tradition, but it's certainly a little more of a modern venue. And I don't know, if you're a player, you probably have more amenities and things, but I don't know if you can beat the Rose Bowl setup. That'd be an interesting straw poll to take.
It sure would be. We will see as Nebraska heads back out there again sometime in the future, and unless conferences all of a sudden disband and we get back to rational conferences, but probably not happening anytime soon. Evan, the game itself, Nebraska jumps out to a 21-7 lead at halftime. It's 28-7 Nebraska then in the third quarter. What stood out to you about how Nebraska played in getting out to that 21.3 touchdown advantage, early in the third quarter?
Well, I mean, offensively, you got to start with TJ and EJ, right? Emmett Johnson, TJ Lateef looked like a heck of a combo when Nebraska's scoring on every drive. I think in the first half, I mean, there's efficiency, there was versatility from Lateef's keeping the ball in the first play and getting a first down to Emmett being a workhorse. Lateef showed obviously a ton of accuracy, and it doesn't throw an incompletion until the fourth quarter. So you got to love just the look, the added dimension of the quarterback run, how that sparked things. I thought Dana Holgerson called a great game from that respect as well. And, defensively, I kind of likened it to like in basketball, how you almost want to let a dominant scorer score as long as they're not getting their teammates involved. I kind of thought that was the approach with Nico Iamaleava, just in terms of like when it was second or third down, like his predisposition was to pull the ball down and run. Like there wasn't a ton of involvement from the receivers or even really the running backs. A lot of it was just Nico making plays on his own. So he converted probably more of those than what Nebraska would have hoped, but I think that was kind of part of the game plan, and it got them out to the big lead. They got a few stops. That defensive front seven had one of their better games. So very encouraging. One of those games, especially with a new quarterback, where you just wonder, and you're just curious now how much of that translates over to Penn State and Iowa, which have much staunchier defenses. That'll be the next kind of step to see as we evaluate how Nebraska is looking down the stretch.
The first 4 full drives were obviously very impressive for Nebraska as they score in their first 4, minus the kneel down at the end of the half of the one play 6-second drive. But Evan, almost as impressive, if not more impressive to me, was Nebraska draining the last, just about 5 minutes off the clock with that final drive. Husker teams in years past, run right into a brick wall, get stopped, punt. Other team, typically gets it, goes down and ties the game or takes the lead. I really like Nebraska's balance of running the ball with Emmett Johnson, the hot hand, who had a career and historic day in some ways, but also trusting TJ Lateef to make a couple throws as well. One of them to Isaiah Hunter, and then one to put the game away on the run. I thought that final drive, bleeding the last 4 minutes and 47 seconds, and UCLA's timeouts, that looked like a poised young quarterback and a stud running back, maybe playing even beyond their years.
Yeah, it was impressive. And Matt Rule said as much after the game, like if anyone doubted what kind of faith and trust they have in Lateef, like just look at it in those moments. Like if you're not sure about your freshman quarterback, like you said, you're going to run the ball, bleed the timeouts, and then trust your defense, which wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, just in the sense that UCLA is not an especially explosive offense. So you wondered how much time maybe they would have actually had to get down and do it. But to your point, they showed that killer instinct, that faith in just being able to end the game right there. Don't let it come down to a play here or there. Interestingly, if you listen to UCLA's post game, they actually said they were going to go for 2 if they had gotten the touchdown there. So, who knows how that thing could have turned out. That could have been another, crushing loss if things went a certain way. But to Nebraska's credit, like that's kind of part of what this season has been about, is being comfortable in these close situations, just to the point of not feeling that pressure and being able to execute down the stretch. And that's what they did. I thought, again, you look at how those plays developed, what they called, like that was not a team that was afraid to lose. That was a team that was trying to finish that thing off. And to their credit, they did. And they're a 7-win team with, 2 big games still yet to add to what's going on here this season.
UCLA does creep back into that game, making it the 1-possession game that it ended up. But Evan, after the game, or maybe this was I think it was on Monday, actually, at his press conference, Matt Rule said Nebraska is one of only 7 defenses that hasn't allowed 400 yards to an opponent yet this year. First and foremost, how did you assess how Nebraska's defense played in light of, holding UCLA to 21 points, but a couple long scoring drives where they couldn't get off the field? What do you assess from the Nebraska defense out of that one?
Yeah, kind of like I was saying, I thought that the way that they approached Iamaleava made a lot of sense, just because UCLA didn't have a lot of different ways that they could beat you. Like you contrast that with USC a week earlier, and their quarterback could run, he could pass. They had a dynamite running game. That just wasn't the case with UCLA. So I thought it was a good game plan in terms of like picking your poison, knowing what to stop. We were reminded again, like Nebraska's secondary just doesn't give up long pass plays, and that's not been a forte of what UCLA is doing anyway. But I think when you have a secondary like that, it does allow you to stack the box a little bit more, be a little more aggressive in how you stop the run. And they had a few moments, where UCLA went for it on 4th and short and got stuffed, and some third downs where they were able to commit a little bit more. So I thought that was encouraging. Nebraska would say that they would like to force a few more takeaways probably than what they have to this point. But I think you do look at the at the tape on the rewatch, and you see, especially along that defensive line, like you do see guys that are playing better. I thought Keona Davis had one of his best games. I mean, he was in on a lot of the run plays, certainly. Riley Van Poppel had a good game. Williams Winery was disruptive again. So I think it was just encouraging. You're seeing some of these guys playing their 6th game in 6 weeks, be physical, be explosive, being disruptive at the line of scrimmage. So I thought all that was encouraging. And, again, you spin it forward and you see like UCLA or Penn State and Iowa are also not explosive offenses. They're kind of similar in a lot of ways to UCLA in terms of their more deliberate drives that they tend to have. So that's kind of the next step for Nebraska is when you are in those 3rd and shorts, can you finish that thing off? Can you get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback? But I think given some of their limitations, i.e. they don't have Ty Robinson and Nash Hutmaker this year, they've schemed around it better than not. And I think that showed up last Saturday night.
When you hear that stat about not allowing 400 yards, does that mean something? Is that a meaningful accomplishment for this Nebraska defense that has had its ups and downs? Or is that a head coach who's trying to find something to inject some confidence into that unit? Like, hey, guys, you actually are a better unit maybe than we give you credit for, given that we have to coach you pretty hard to make sure you're on the top of your game.
Yeah, I mean, you'll take it. It's not like the defining stat. Obviously, scoring defense, red zone defense, success rate, like touchdown rate, that's another big one that they look at. Points per play, which reflects like long fields versus short fields and things like that. Like I think that those are all more indicative. I think maybe one thing that you can look at when you look at those yards, one is they're not giving up explosive plays, but I think two, you got to give some credit to the offense too for limiting that defensive exposure, maybe more than what we've seen Nebraska do in the past, where if the offense is putting together some extended drives, and that's obviously cutting down the possessions that the other teams get, and that's not something Nebraska's been great at a lot in the last 10 years or so. So I think it's a good recipe when you can keep the ball in front of you, like Nebraska's done a good job of, and again, limiting their possessions as well. So it's a defense that's not perfect, but I think it's been pretty good despite some of its limitations. And again, like it's setting up these last couple of games where you're not necessarily afraid of either the next couple opponents, running laps around you in terms of how what their ability is to score. So, maybe not up to the last couple of years just in terms of the dominance stopping the run, but I think it is a defense that's sort of figured out its identity, especially these last couple of weeks.
And it should be noted again, that was a defense that was playing without senior transfer Dasan McCullough, who was held out of that game as a little bit of a late surprise to Husker fans. We're talking with Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald here on our Allo Fiber VIP line. A couple things then from Matt Rule's Monday presser, Evan. I think the first thing that stands out in light of the UCLA game itself is just how hard Matt Rule was stumping for his starting running back, Emmett Johnson, for all sorts of national awards. The stats are up there. Does Emmett Johnson, do you think, have the juice or the vibe among voters to have a legitimate chance to maybe not Heisman conversation, but be in that Maxwell and beyond kind of conversation for Offensive Player of the Year?
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with the discussion. The Heisman thing seems hopeful at this point. Maybe he has a couple dominant games here down the stretch and can really inject himself into that conversation. But I mean, a lot of the numbers are certainly very impressive when you talk about rushing yards from scrimmage, his versatility as a pass catcher and a rusher. I think he's got the numbers certainly to at the very least be a Doak Walker finalist. And there are a lot of awards that he could get that would be meaningful for Nebraska in terms of like showing some progress on an individual level. Like the fact that you have to go back to 2011, the last time Nebraska had a first team All-American in Levante David's kind of crazy. And they're all Big Ten first team draft. You got to go back to, I think it's Kenny Bell in 2014. So like those are things Nebraska needs to be hitting with a little bit more frequency. So even just hitting those honors, if Emmett can reach those milestones, like that's important for the program. And then, you talk about the Maxwell and him being one of two semifinalists for that as a running back. Like that's impressive, certainly. And so, yeah, I think but in terms of the Heisman, like you just have to, I think, take into account the fact that there's so much volume with what Emmett Johnson does. I mean, just in terms of the number of carries that he's getting, I think on a per carry basis, you look at a guy like Jeremiah Love at Notre Dame, he's probably the best running back in the country, but he's having to split carries with some other pretty talented individuals. So the fact that Nebraska's got 3 losses, it doesn't help Emmett's case for the Heisman, but man, he's having a great season. And you would think there are going to be some awards coming his way that not a lot of Huskers have had here in the last 10 to 15 years.
The other thing that stood out to me from Monday's press conference with Matt Rule was when he said, yeah, Nebraska's good now. We're set. We got everything that we need when it comes to resources and facilities. I thought that was interesting to hear from Matt Rule, not saying he's right or wrong. He obviously has a much firmer grasp on such things than I would. But after a few months of saying, yeah, I mean, we need more investment. We need more, $30-40 million roster, this or that. Either Nebraska all of a sudden has some very gracious benefactors to get him to that limit or that point, or maybe someone said, hey, you know what, Matt, you're in a pretty good position here, right? Stop asking for more. Now's not the time. I didn't know what to make of Matt Rule all of a sudden saying Nebraska's a have. They're not in with the have-nots or the want-mores. How did you interpret that little, offshoot of Matt Rule's presser?
Yeah, it was notable for sure. I mean, you think about what he said when the Penn State job came open. I think some of that maybe was, a leverage play a little bit and saying, hey, if I'm going to stay and we're going to do this thing, like, let's make sure that we're at the high rollers table on this. But in terms of rev share, like Nebraska's a full participant in that. And typically teams are putting roughly 15 million of that 20.5 toward the football roster. I think Nebraska's in that range, certainly. And then you look at like the other differentiators of what it takes to go above the cap, so to speak. A lot of that's going to be true NIL. So we're no longer talking about donations from boosters here. We're talking about connecting players with real sponsors. And I think one thing Nebraska can do is turn some of the sponsors that it has been working with as an entity and putting those sponsors directly with some of these players. I think that's one area where you can funnel some more of those deals and help facilitate that. There is still some aspect of the donations that can occur. You can still pay high school players to before they get to campus as commits or as visitors. So I think most schools are doing some of that. And so there are a few different things. Multimedia rights, that's another area. I think Nebraska is trying to up the ante a little bit and turn more of that into, player payments. But, I do think it's possible some of those things could have happened in the last month from when Matt Rule was a little bit less bullish on the situation. But I agree. Like it's certainly notable, especially as you get closer now to the portal window opening in January, where Nebraska feels like it can go out and be competitive with just about anybody. And it's going to have some needs to address. And it feels like it has the resources to do it now.
There you have it. Good breakdown of Husker football, as always, from Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald. Find him on Twitter and, of course, always at omaha.com. Evan, appreciate your time, as always. Enjoy your weekend off. Last one for a couple weeks here. Thanks, as always.
Thanks, Austin. See ya.
Evan joined us on our Allo Fiber VIP line. Allo Fiber is where they understand the importance of exceptional service with Local Heart, the official home internet and TV provider of the Huskers. Big shout out to them. Big thanks again to Evan. We'll bring Jay Foreman back in. Wrap up hour 2 of Old School. Jason Peter on his way. He'll be in here for hour 3 of the show right after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
and electrical.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Are you familiar with everything the Lincoln Children's Museum offers? Camps, field trips, and game day playdates are just a few of the extraordinary programs provided by the Lincoln Children's Museum. When you spend a day with your family at the Lincoln Children's Museum, your child's mind can explore while enjoying the many interactive exhibits they have, while keeping admission prices extremely affordable. Stop by the Lincoln Children's Museum today in downtown Lincoln, or visit them online for more information at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org. Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One final short segment for hour 2 of Old School. Don't forget Jason Peter on his way in. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman with you for now. This segment brought to you by the good folks at Love Volleyball Nebraska. No longer Love Volleyball Omaha, Love Volleyball Nebraska. Their season's getting underway here in about a month and a half. Become an insider, become a Love Volleyball member. Visit lovb.com. Also, your chance to secure your season tickets right now, or you can renew them as well. Richie Rich, appreciate you chiming in. Ernie as well. Jay, we will also go to Kip on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. He says, I'm a very glass half full Husker fan, and I'm enjoying the season a lot. How do you judge Dane Key's usage so far this season, in your opinion? To me, he seems to be a Ferrari that gets left in the garage a little bit.
I think he's had his moments. I think it was a work in progress, and then, it kind of switched where he had a couple really good games, and then Hunter got off, and then Barney. So it was kind of, in the early in the season and the silly season, they were able kind of just to, feed whoever could, really get going. I think it was like whether it was quarters or halves, you saw him get going. It was good to see him break free a little bit last game. Obviously, we had that on Whiteboard Wednesday. I don't think they're not using him. I think, Hunter kind of emerged and maybe exceeded expectations in some things. And then, with Emmett, running so well, and then obviously in the pass game as well, it takes away, potential touches for, the wideouts and everybody else. And Lindenmeyer, put together a few good games and stuff like that. So I think it's just more maybe I don't know who else was around him in Kentucky. Whereas here you obviously have a guy that's really playing well every single game in Emmett. And then Hunter had been playing pretty consistent, and same with, Lindenmeyer and obviously Dane Key as well.
Key starts the year off with a bang, 6 for 51 and a touchdown against Cincinnati. He actually had a game in all three non-conference, or a touchdown in all three non-conference games. Michigan came, that was a little bit of disappointment for me, Jay. 3 for 36 is all not really a huge factor. Followed up by nothing. No catches, no touches against Michigan State. Came back, though, maybe not in a big statistical way, but was the guy down the stretch for Nebraska. Had the go-ahead touchdown to take the lead over Maryland. And I think that's a big sign. You think about even the touchdown that he had against USC. Really nice catch. So, no, he's not putting up the volume stats or the rate stats necessarily. But I do think that Nebraska has trust in him when the game's on the line. They'll start looking his direction. They've done that before. Whether it's a big moment early on, hey, here's our big-bodied 50-50 guy, we'll throw it up to him. Or, hey, let's get a chunk play. We can isolate him in a matchup like you pointed out on Whiteboard Wednesday. Go back and check that out, by the way, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter streams up. You can rewind that after the show. I don't think that the Dane Key's not been used. I think, sure, maybe sometimes he didn't get off coverage the way he was supposed to. Maybe against Michigan, certainly against Minnesota, another, nothing burger from him. When worth every penny, maybe not in terms of just the raw production, but I think he's been a good influence on that room and has stepped up in enough big moments that you're good with what you've gotten from Dane Key so far.
Yeah, I think, down in the red zone when he's been able to get his chances, he's, been able to cash in. And so, I think he's been all that's advertised. And obviously, if didn't have the emergence of Hunter, you would probably overfeeding Dane Key. So, and also sometimes, the wide receiver position is hard because you could be winning all the time and other things, you're dependent on so many other factors.
Right.
Coverage, who's covering you, other guys not being covered or covered. And if you're the first, second, or third read. So, I think he's done all right.
Fourth on Nebraska in catches with 28. Third on Nebraska in yards with 360. He does also have 5 receiving touchdowns, tied for the team lead with Isaiah Hunter. Also, second in terms of the high volume guys when it comes to yards per catch, averaging 12.9 per reception. Jason Peters in the house. We'll go to break, bring him in. That'll be hour 3 of Old School. Next on the ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
For sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln.
Here at Aspen Builders, our company is building more homes today than I thought we would ever build.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I am just shocked at how strong our market is here in Lincoln and at Aspen Builders. We're probably helping people right now more than ever get into a new home. We've been able to find pieces of ground we can develop affordably and keep our lot prices down a little bit. I think with our volume discounts and our office staff, 35 years of experience, we figure out a plan that's going to work great for you. We make it perfect. We make it fit your price range. All of this is part of the reason we're so busy.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Are you familiar with everything the Lincoln Children's Museum offers? Camps, field trips, and game day playdates are just a few of the extraordinary programs provided by the Lincoln Children's Museum. When you spend a day with your family at the Lincoln Children's Museum, your child's mind can explore while enjoying the many interactive exhibits they have, while keeping admission prices extremely affordable. Stop by the Lincoln Children's Museum today in downtown Lincoln, or visit them online for more information at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, 5 o'clock hour? Every Wednesday or Thursday, one of the days, we have Jason Peter in here. This is Old School, the New School Way, live in effect from 1040 O Street. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients of Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andermatt / Old Cheney, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. Before we get into that, very shortly here in about 2.5 hours, Husker fans, don't miss your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson, 7:30 tonight at Courtyard by Marriott, downtown Lincoln. Entry is 100% free. They will have official Emmett Johnson merchandise and officially licensed Nebraska merchandise available for purchase. It's a rare in-season meet and greet with Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson. Again, tonight, 7:30, Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln. So good up on him. Hopefully everybody goes out and support him. He's a good kid and, has been having a great year.
I thought you two might have on the Emmett for Heisman T-shirt that he was rocking at the basketball game.
Oh, Emmett had one?
Oh yeah. I didn't know he hit the Heisman pose in UCLA.
That. Yeah, I seen he hit it then.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the work Emmett's done. He's one of the hardest, if not the hardest worker on the team. He's a good kid, all that stuff. But boy, come on, people. You're smarter than this, right?
You got to push your guy.
Yeah. I understand, but look, this is the problem for me. 2 weeks ago, the narrative coming out of there was Dylan isn't getting enough attention, enough national respect, right? Like we are a football team, right? I understand at the end of the year, you want to push your guys, do all that stuff. But right now we have 2 games left to win, 2 games that can salvage the season of what was a horrible schedule, which should have been better than where we are. But this is what happens, right? Like you cancel a Tennessee game. Those are opportunities where you are on the national stage playing against teams that have at least a good quality opponent, players on the other side, maybe even better. Yeah. That's where you win Heismans. That's where you win All-American honors. Now, a good start would be like, hey, let's get him on the All-Big Ten team. We haven't had.
He's got to be on that because is he leading the Big Ten? He's gonna.
Yeah, he's second nationally in rushing.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be all Big Ten. If he plays,
how many running backs do they put on like first team? Is it 2 running backs or do they? Because they don't
3.
do a fullback or anything anymore, right?
3. So he got a chance to make All-American. I think.
Really, you think?
I was gonna say.
Second leading rusher in the nation.
If he plays good, because when is the ballots going after this next game? It's usually because it's
for the Heisman.
No, for All-American. That's got to be next week or 2. He plays good at Penn State.
Yeah.
Then he's really in a good position.
Yeah, now
the thing that hurts him to be on the Heisman is that you're not. Iowa game is kind of like it's 11 o'clock, but we won't be in a championship game,
right?
Like a conference championship.
Yeah, I just think the weak schedule ultimately will hurt you. That's what those guys that you got 10 guys that are on undefeated or one-loss teams that are still competing for national championship here. Like you're not going to get that call over one of those guys. When you look at the quarterback from Ohio State, the quarterback from Indiana,
who just had his Heisman moment in that comeback.
Yeah. I think he could, if he busts off like 150, or if he gets busy these next two games and we win, he could possibly go to New York.
You think? Like, I think New York's a long shot.
Ndamukong, but look, here's the thing that helped Ndamukong was that Big 12 game, right?
Yeah. So what is Emmett's moment? Like what game do you point to be like, that's it right there?
Yeah.
And it's got to be against somebody that's like, the defense ain't garbage.
Yeah.
Because right now it's the wheel route against UCLA.
Right.
He's got to do it. Like if he rips Iowa up, he might got a chance. He'll be on the ballot. Like they do 10 guys on there. He'll get some votes, I bet. Right. Or how does it work? I don't know how it works. I never was in that position.
I think there's like almost 1,000 voters or something. I used to be a Heisman voter when I was over doing the show at 1480. Somehow I don't know how the heck I got it, but I got a letter in the mail said, "Hey, we want to be a Heisman voter." I think maybe one of the other older, journalists, maybe like
off or whatever.
Yeah, Chattel or somebody had kind of,
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, if he really gets busy, he's got a chance. But you know what? Also, I think that sucks for this is not even about Emmett, is that these national guys. This is out, and a lot of these guys don't know football. Like not a lot of these guys that write, because a lot of these guys are internet writers that get on TV. You know what I mean? So they get it.
Yep.
They write, get clicks, get on TV. All of a sudden, their word is bond. So they're just like, well, they'll just no matter what Nebraska does, since we're not in the national like college football playoffs, they ain't gonna give you the respect that you want anyways. That's why it's so important. Like what you said, the more games you win, like you know what I'm saying, then you become, like whatever. All American, all Big Ten, all big, second team or whatever, the more wins. Because there was times that, what was Ty last year? Honorable mention? Or was he second team?
For
Big Ten.
For Big Ten, I think he was a second team.
Was he second team?
I think he was a second team all Big Ten. And
Ty Robinson, third team from both coaches and media.
So when you think like he had 7 sacks last year.
Played well.
Played really well. Fourth round pick.
I know. It's
go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But if we would have won 2 more games, I'd be willing to bet he was second.
Right. Probably.
Team. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you get out of this little bubble of Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, and there are other guys playing football too, other places.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's changed since when we were playing and stuff, but it always was, what did you do against, the top 10 defense? What did you do against the top 15 offense? Like that's what people want to see. You can turn on, whatever you're doing against Maryland or against Northwestern, and, nobody's going to give that. I mean, it may been a good performance, but like when you're talking Heisman, like you got to be a dude that gets through anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you
were allowed like what, one bad game, maybe?
Well, just think like, like when I used to get into it with Eddie George, I was like, you ain't the Heisman winner. Tommy was. And it was what, the Oklahoma game?
They voted before the national championship game.
But it was the Oklahoma game. Yeah. It was a tough game. Remember, it was here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was.
And they had a good defense.
They had
really
all
good.
NFL. I mean, that was a rock 'em, sock 'em type of game.
Yeah.
And so they used that against T. Frage. And remember, Eddie George had that really good game at home. Was it against Michigan State? Remember, because he had a huge game.
Yeah.
That kind of seemed like it propelled him to the Heisman. And you got to think of last year with Ashton Genty.
Yeah.
He what?
Right.
Do we think Genty last year helps or hurts Emmett's case?
I was about to ask Jason that, because dude, he put up stupid numbers.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, you lose
and didn't win.
But you lose to Travis Hunter.
Right.
It's just bad timing.
The last running back to win it. Do we know who it was?
Last running back. Got to be Mark
Ingram.
There's one since him.
Oh, maybe the big dude.
Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was back when everybody wanted to run the football. Now,
But that's another reason, though, I think that it's going to be a tough road to climb for Emmett, because you had so much buzz for a running back last year doing historic stuff for the first group of 5 team in the 12-team playoff. And he built up to it for a year. To me, if Emmett wants to win a Heisman, that's a goal of his, finish strong this year, come back to school, and then have that year next year. The buzz already built.
I mean, that was crazy to me to hear Coach Rule saying he should go to the NFL.
But the NFL's from my experience, it's supply and demand. If there's an overabundance of guys the reason why I'm saying that is that Penn State has 2 NFL running backs.
Yeah, right.
They came back because it was a bad year to come out because there's a ton of running backs. It comes down to finances. I mean, it was like if he can make a lot of money here, or you can go and to the league and see where you get drafted.
What is the high side of it for him as a 190-pound, 195-pound running back? I'm guessing there's maybe not to the level of Emmett, but there's a lot of guys that are probably out in college football that fit that mold, right? Like, if you're going to get drafted in like the top 2-3 rounds, you truly got to be an every down back, right?
Go.
Like, you got to be built like a brick, you know what?
Yeah.
And
it kind of depends on.
And maybe another year of him staying, building up the body even more, because you saw what a transformation it was from last year to this year.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a totally different back. I mean, he's yoked up, but he's just light.
Yeah.
And then when you put on, like the tape, Minnesota, him trying to block and everything, they're spending second rounders now, like $1 million a year, pretty much their contract.
Yeah. It kind of, a lot of it depends on.
Or they're getting more than that. Almost, you get down to like the 4th round, and they're almost getting like $1 million a year.
Paid now. You saw them. The rookie minimum was like $200,000 or $300,000, even as like a late round pick. So, it's supply and demand, in my opinion. What they're telling you,
right?
And I would tell him, if they tell you that you going between the 2nd and the 4th round, just plan on going to the 3rd, 4th round. Don't ever believe these scouts because the only people that make the decisions are the GMs.
Yeah.
That's the honest to God truth. If you don't know a GM personally, which we know a couple, then you got to say, okay, well, what can I come back to Nebraska and get paid for? Because actually, to be honest with you, it's more financially, unless you're a 1st or 2nd round pick, it's more financially smart to come back and play in college. Number one, you got security that you're going to play a ton. Number two, if you come back and you're dominate, you're getting paid.
Right.
And the NFL don't really care about the age thing anymore because they don't want to pay anybody second contracts anyways. So you might as well just try to go in there at like 30 years old.
Yeah. And it's easier to come back for another year in college and dominate than it is to go in as like, if you end up getting drafted in the 5th or 6th round or something like that. If you
got to wait for a situation.
The hill to climb is tougher. And then you also have to be successful in order to get that contract. It's a lot harder when you're trying to do it against NFL guys than when you're doing it against college guys.
And trust me, I know coming in as a 5th round pick, outrunning that damn tag of being a 5th round pick is a mofo.
Right.
I'm telling you.
But at least you wanted to be in Buffalo so bad.
I did not. But but here's also the thing. When you get drafted late, it's all about the situation.
Yeah.
I was fortunate to go to Buffalo for the opportunity. I had to fight my way on the team. But back then, we played 4 preseason games. And Wade Phillips said, if you don't make this team, you'll get picked up because there's a ton of tape of you playing. That means you play a lot of rookies. They don't do that anymore.
Right.
And the second part, if you talk about situations, Kyle Monungai that got drafted by the Bears in the 7th round, who's a dang good back. The starters got hurt. Now he's the guy.
Right.
So you got to wait for your situation. So, for him, he just got to make a decision. He's got to finish the season and keep doing what he's doing. It'll be all right. But I can tell you, to really, he's probably going to get an uptick in pay.
Absolutely. He deserves it.
And he deserves it, right? So you're really not having to make a hard decision.
Right.
You got to think. A year ago, you were getting paid X. You got an uptick this year, and you got a super uptick or get one coming.
Yeah.
If you come back, you come back and you have close to the year he has this year, right?
Yeah.
If he comes back and has the close to the year he has this year and Nebraska wins, he's definitely beyond all that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When you look at that schedule, I mean, there's no hiding. And that goes for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
You'd
that
be
schedule
really-
next year, you get through that, you've earned it.
Yeah.
I would like to see him obviously come back, you know, especially being that he's one of the top two, if not the best player on our team. You know,
You can
that's
win with him, and
Yeah.
and you know, Emmett's the type of kid.
And he's a kid that's easy to pay too, right?
Right.
Like you don't have to worry about him getting into trouble. You don't have
Be
to worry
there.
about him, you know, disgracing some advertising
Yeah.
deal that he's
Right.
got. You know, like he's a good kid,
Right. He's
and
gonna
he
work
works
for
hard,
it, and
right?
and he's continued to raise his level of play. He's you know, lessen the doubters, and I'm sure if they have, because you know this, they'll tell you, hey, you need to get better at this,
Right.
for next
Yeah.
year. I almost guarantee you he's gonna work at it, and so for him I don't think it's a hard decision. He just got to make. I know he's got a good people around him. I know him personally, so he'll make a good decision.
It's
you know,
easy.
whatever he needs to do.
I mean, in the situation, if he finishes strong here these last two games, and then it's like, you know, you just find out, one of your people find out who the top three running backs are in college football, and you know, you want to be at least in that group right there.
You get in that group, and then you go train.
Right.
Another thing which these guys that are trying to go pros need to look at is, what is the NFL like? What is a good running back in NFL's mind right now? Because it's a copycat league.
Right.
So whoever, you know, look at Derrick Henry. Should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's barely getting used, right? They're like, oh, well, we didn't win with you last year, so we're just going to kind of, you know, dip around with you. Well, now you're seeing more of the James Cooks and all those guys and all those, so he could slide into that role. But it took Buffalo a little while to fall in love with James Cook.
Right.
Breece Hall, those type of dudes. So you got to make sure that your style of play matches what matches the NFL right now. And in his case, it does. You know, probably the only big knock on him is obviously they'll say size, but more or less and they'll equate that to pass blocking. But I'm gonna tell you something. Larry Sanders wasn't nothing but like 205 pounds. He will knock you out.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Right. And
Oh, yeah.
so it's all about technique and learning how to, you know, do the things you need to do. So everybody has weaknesses going into the league, but more importantly, he plays well, finishes strong. That's gonna be a nice little chill for a couple weeks, you know, before he goes to the bowl game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like that January is gonna be nice, nice opportunity for him. It ain't gonna be a hard decision. Because going into that gauntlet, you do need all your horses next year.
Oh yeah. You will not get 2025 confused with 2026.
Yeah. No matter if Jed Fish goes and takes UCLA, no matter if Dan Lanning goes to, I don't know, what would he be up to, LSU or something? They still got athletes at those two different places. So, anyways, Jason, real quick, as we'll talk more about TJ Lateef, but real quick, we got about 3 or 4 more minutes. What'd you think about the freshman, you know, stepping in? You know, I know UCLA was just okay, but still a freshman stepping in late in the season.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on how he played.
Impressive. You know, I just thought there was better flow to the offense. I thought it looked smooth. You know, whether or not that's, you know, you're basically using the whole field as opposed to maybe before with Dylan, it was more focused on Dylan.
Yeah.
You know, and now it was, you know, there was some Emmett, there was some TJ, it was getting the ball to receivers, you know, getting the tight end involved. I like the flow of the offense. So it was impressive. You know, it obviously wasn't a hostile environment.
Yeah.
We had more fans out there than they did, or close to. But yeah, for the kid's first start going into his in his home state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. You know, defense still got to figure out some stuff against the run, against mobile quarterbacks. Obviously, we don't have a ton of mobile quarterbacks left unless we get something in the bowl game. I mean, the kid from Iowa will run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to do a better job up front.
Yeah.
You know, and that comes in with, you just got to know the situation, right? Like, and you got to know who's holding the ball on the other side. Like with a guy like Nico, like you very rarely are you going to get to hit the edges when you're trying to pass rush, especially from an interior guy.
Yeah. So hold on, before that, talk about that, what that means. Like, is that more bull rush?
So
like,
that's So normally, if you were rushing the passer against a guard or something, you'd either try to get hold of that outside shoulder, or do some sort of head fake where you're coming back underneath to inside his inside shoulder. But when you have a mobile quarterback, and this is the thing, like it sucked, right? Like there were times when we were playing mobile quarterbacks and it'd be third down, right? And you'd think, all right, man, we worked ourselves here. Now third down. Now pin your ears back. And Charlie's calling like Husker power or something, and that was basically us two interior guys just bull rushing. And it's not pretty. It's not fun. It burns your legs up. But when you do it, now you have the ability to play off either way, right? So if the quarterback decides to tuck the ball and run, if he thinks he sees a seam, boom, you can just snatch off of that offensive lineman and make the play, and you're good for both A and B gap, to help out. But when you pick a side, and look, I mean, a lot of these offensive linemen, even doing a bad job, they're still going to kind of push you a little bit, if you're trying to hit the outside edge on them, and all they need to do is just a foot or two to get you kind of, up the field and a little wider. And that's all that quarterback like Nico. I mean, you saw when he decided to run, he was
like a dang
like a
snake
gazelle.
back there. Yeah, man. When he would get going.
Yeah.
Then he tried to run it with a little power. I think, that is a hard thing to do. Learn how to, we call it two gap, essentially bull rush guys. And then as a linebacker, you can't have any bad footwork because he is fast.
Right.
And he's big enough, even though he's not like weight wise big. 6'6" creates a lot of leverage for him, to gain an extra yard, fall forward. But then you don't want to run yourself out of a potential to come back and be a secondary tackler. And that's where they put a lot of pressure on it. They make you play 11 on 11. And really, I think when you're going against a quarterback run game, somebody's got to win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't care if it's RPO. I don't care if it's, just delayed or whatever. Somebody's got to win.
Right.
Somebody's got to make a play, and make a play within the confines of the defense is most important. I felt like TJ, what he was able to do, I think the best thing they did was get him off to a good start.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he had that one play, I think it was 1st and 10. Didn't see his first thing, then he got 7 yards.
Right.
So now he's not thinking, man, I got to get 12 yards or I got sacked. So that they got him off to a good start. It will be a bigger challenge for him because now they got a whole week's worth of tape.
Yep.
So in the second segment, we'll come back and I'm gonna ask you what your expectations of them for the next couple seasons. I was gonna be the toughest.
I think Penn State's still gonna be tough too.
But Penn State on the road is gonna be 3 times as many people.
Right.
Then
they haven't played in I don't think a road game like this, have they?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
when you look at
is it 105 people, 105 or 1,000?
Yeah, not 105 million. That'd be a little over the top.
But it's senior
Nebraska
day.
would still sell out.
It'll be senior day, so they're going to want to obviously to win one more at home. But yeah, we can talk more about that.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. Old School. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska fans, Wednesday, November 12th is your chance to meet Nebraska star running back Emmett Johnson in this free exclusive event presented by Baker Bands. It all takes place at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln at 7:30 p.m.
Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much, EJ.
Stop by, grab an autograph, and snap a picture with one of the best running backs in college football this season. The event is completely free to attend, but you can RSVP on the Baker Band's Instagram page today. It's your chance to meet Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, Wednesday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in downtown Lincoln.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country. with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you familiar with everything the Lincoln Children's Museum offers? Camps, field trips, and game day playdates are just a few of the extraordinary programs provided by the Lincoln Children's Museum. When you spend a day with your family at the Lincoln Children's Museum, your child's mind can explore while enjoying the many interactive exhibits they have, while keeping admission prices extremely affordable. Stop by the Lincoln Children's Museum today in downtown Lincoln, or visit them online for more information at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling. Pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right. $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team, or check us out at CoppellCars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jason Peters, Jason Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School, the new school way on this Wednesday. Jason, before we went to break, I was mentioning, look, in this game of football, man, once you get started, every challenge, especially late in the season, it's bigger and stronger challenges. Probably no bigger in considering the crowd than Penn State. Not only, TJ, but what do you want to see out of the offense after, a good start with him at the helm last week?
Yeah, they just got to pick up where they left off. You got to, obviously, you're dealing with a different athlete now on the other side of the ball. Give James Franklin credit. Like, he built an NFL pipeline there.
Yeah.
They were putting 2 dudes out in the first round in a lot of years. Some of the best players in each given year. So they've got talent there. Offense just needs to keep doing what they're doing, or what they did last week. Get TJ going, keep feeding Emmett. It can't be a deal where Emmett only gets, 14, 15 touches. He's got to be closer to 20, if not 20, maybe more.
Yeah.
Burn the tread off those tires right now.
Yeah.
There's only a couple games left.
Yeah.
There's no point in saving anything, right?
Yeah.
This is it. And, defense too. To me, now you got a different offensive line. You got some big dudes up there on Penn State. Their left guard or something, 71. This is a dude, I don't know if you saw him, I think it was after the Ohio State game or something, one of the equipment guys was pushing, some, probably had all the something in there, and he was pushing it uphill. And this dude, just kind of one-handed grabbed the railing. There was a brick wall or something. One hand. This dude's 340, 350. Right? Austin, you see this video? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Give the guy a hand. Just here
he just he one hands it and he double legs it over, just a real athletic move,
like a gymnast for a second.
Yeah, and now might be a good time to go to a 4-man front, against these guys, because you're going to put Nuari, you're going to put Cam down there and have them try to play 3 technique against these dudes. They're going to get annihilated. They just do not. They don't have enough in their ass to hold up, I don't think. And the technique in terms of a defensive end going in and playing, 2 technique or 3 technique. I think that's been an issue all year, is those guys trying to go down inside and they just can't handle when you're getting, double teams or combo blocks or, and things just happen faster when you go down inside. There's not as much room, you don't get to use your eyes. It's more about feel. So it's going to be tough. Even though Penn State has struggled, by their record, like we said, I think it's senior day. It's going to be one of the last times, I guess, people get to go into that stadium and watch a game. So, this year. So I'm guessing, they'll be jacked up for it.
Because they don't have a chance to make a bowl game, right?
No, I think
that Indiana lost that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're 3-6 now, right?
Penn State now is just they're 3-6, so they need to win out against Michigan State, Nebraska, and Rutgers to make a bowl.
Okay, so they have 3 games left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's still there for them to make it to a bowl.
Yeah, offensively for Nebraska, Jim Knowles.
He's had a rough year.
But he got lucky. Not lucky. He obviously knows what he's doing. But that year in Oklahoma State, because I know Kenyatta Wright, we played together. He was man, he kind of got it on a 4-game, hot streak.
Yeah.
Ryan Day needed a defensive coordinator because they felt like Kerry Combs was too old, who actually is an Ohio State dude.
Right.
They got him, and they said he's Jay blitzes too much. It's he's gambles too much. So Nebraska's able to hit some seams against them, and they got to win. This is probably the most disciplined secondary they'll play.
Right.
Not they tackle well.
Yep.
I think the confidence that Nebraska potentially could get is that, they beat UCLA beat Penn State, but they got to look at how they beat them and then try to do that. But yeah, linebackers got to play huge. This is a game. I remember Reggie Herring. When he played Pittsburgh,
right.
He's like, he came in there and he put up 40 plus up there. He's like, you guys better be a factor combined.
Right.
Me and that time Jamie Sharper, 40 plus plays.
Yeah.
And same thing for Nebraska. I don't think they'll be 40 just because they might only get 60 plays. Is that they got to be a huge presence in this game.
Right. Do we know why McCullough didn't play last week?
I think it's hurt.
He is hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of leg injury of some sort. Rule said he was close to being able to play, but they were a little bit cautious, and that they expect to have him back after the bye week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to need everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to have to have a really good week of practice, dial in on some of the tips, or whatever it is, and they're going to tackle well.
Oh, yeah.
And because you want to give the offense more chance in favorable situations, and the difference is stopping them from getting one extra first down,
right,
and being able to get a big return. Special teams are going to be really big. If they're able to, get these last two games,
they're winnable.
Yeah, they're winnable. They'll get,
absolutely.
They'll get to a pretty good bowl game, right? What projected at?
Yeah, I think the Citrus Bowls had people at the Husker games for a couple weeks now. I know they were at Memorial Stadium back-to-back weeks for Northwestern and USC.
Where is the Citrus Bowl? That Florida?
Yeah, that's a Florida one. Maybe an Arizona type of bowl. 7 and 5, you're probably talking Los Angeles-ish or early, like mid-December, probably. Florida bowl
What's
game.
What's the temperature out there in mid-December, Jason?
In California? You can still get nice days out there. Like, are we talking nighttime kickoff?
I would assume so. Afternoon.
It'd probably be similar to maybe a
was.
little cooler than what they played in just now.
I wanted to ask you, Jason, you lived down in LA for a little while. We were talking about the UCLA Bruins. I didn't know that Pasadena Rose Bowl is 30 miles away from campus.
Yeah.
Now they're saying that they want to go to SoFi, which is only 13.
Right.
Do you think that's part of the problem, like for them? Because if I'm a student, how long does 30 miles take you to drive in California?
It's at least an hour for those kids to get there.
At least. That's on a good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
depending on
Saturday.
what time kickoff is. But that's what, that's what I think it takes those kids to get out there to the Rose Bowl. Yeah. You got to have a stadium closer than that. Even what Miami, for those guys, actually, I can't talk on that. I'm not sure how
they bus their students to the game.
They do
because they're
now at Pro Player or when it was the OB.
Pro Player.
Okay.
Now to those games,
right?
Because it's far and it's logistically a nightmare.
Yeah.
Austin was talking about there's a soccer stadium. So
it's soccer. Their soccer track kind of hybrid, seats 11-7 right now, but it's on campus. And Jeff Schwartz, former NFL guy who grew up in LA, says, "Hey, let's work on converting that. Just build a new, track and soccer facility,
right?
Or do the high school style. No, shoot, keep the track around the outside just for kicks and gigs."
I know which soccer field you're talking about.
He said it's the two open ends, so you could put
whatever you want.
It's like halfway from LA to Orange County, which is like an hour, and I want to say it's probably like 20 minutes from LA or something like that. Maybe if that's the same.
Is that the one? But this one was on campus, right?
Yeah,
it's on
UCLA's
campus.
Yeah,
okay.
They used it for track.
Okay, this is different then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were saying that possibly they could put, 30, 40 more thousand seats.
Right.
50,
obviously the support there is down, so you don't need to be playing in a stadium that holds 100,000.
Right. Yeah, it'd be interesting.
And then you go in as UCLA in the SoFi. It's like, is this our home? You know what I mean? Like, like the Rose Bowl. I get it, even though it takes, it's outside off of campus or whatever. They've been connected to that for so long, but with SoFi,
right.
It's such like a sterile kind of NFL environment.
Well, that's why UCLA wants it, because they think they can get more people in the premium suites.
Right.
Ain't gonna happen.
No,
Ain't gonna happen.
I mean,
Ain't gonna happen.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can't
I don't
get
know
you
who
to-
their big
yeah,
donors
yeah.
are, but going
Yeah,
out.
you won't give us any NIL money,
Right.
But
Right.
but come and pay something for these seats to watch our crappy football team.
Yeah.
Jason, with all the openings in college, and you've seen this stuff with Brian Kelly, right? Where they're trying not to pay him now.
I saw something about that. So they're trying to say that they're obviously he was fired with cause.
Well, they're saying Austin was saying they're saying we didn't fire you.
Oh,
By
okay,
the
yeah.
way, we didn't
Yeah,
fire
yeah,
you, but
yeah.
we're about
And
to-
now it's for cause.
Yeah.
It wasn't before, but now we found a reason.
Yeah.
Do you think that would deter? Like, okay, say you're Jason Peter and you're head coach at Tulane,
right?
And you're the next coming up, and they're
Yeah.
like, and they call you because you're close proximity. Would
Yeah.
that deter you from going there?
I mean, for me, like if I'm coaching at Tulane, I mean, I guess you could hold your breath and see if there were other offers if you're a guy, but if like they just kind of cherry picked you out and it was like, hey, LSU. But if you were a guy that you knew that you were going to have multiple offers,
right?
I think you
Like
look
Dan
for
Lanning.
Yeah, I think then you look for a school where the infrastructure, and everything is kind of set up better. I mean, you got politicians that are getting involved in this whole thing. Now you're trying to.
The new AD has issues, right? Right?
Yeah, Verge Osbury was part of a Title IX scandal not that long ago.
Yeah, they just got.
Oh, and by the way, he was hand appointed by the governor.
Yeah. But then the new president was like, yeah, I guess I'll make him the AD. Like, yeah, why not? I guess I'll get around to it after I get my stuff done. So I want to ask your opinion, like, because there's a lot of big jobs out. I think anytime there's 3 blue bloods out there is huge. But there's sneaky good jobs out there, or potential good jobs like Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go to Oklahoma. I mean, just imagine if you go and win 6-7 games the first year at Oklahoma State.
Right.
Or all these jobs. I mean, heck, if you're trying to get your wherewithal, you could go up to like Colorado State and try to really turn it. I was wondering, in your opinion, with all these coaching jobs, like who's going to fill these jobs?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously the names that are going to be mentioned, which have been, are Kiffin. Obviously, is one who they're expecting. But I don't know if. Honestly, I don't know if Lane leaves. I mean, he seems happy,
right?
At Ole Miss, he can kind of be his quirky little self down there, and they love him for it. And the reality is, he's not too far away from playing for a championship.
Yeah. Well, he's in the mix this year,
right?
Yeah.
Lanning, obviously, like you mentioned. I mean, I don't know, like what other. Pat Fitzgerald, maybe, will he?
That's
can he make?
Let me ask you this: you're the president of the university. Do you
Right.
hire him?
I mean, he officially was cleared, right, of
Yeah.
all issues. I mean, I think he's a really good football coach.
I think he's a great football coach.
Yeah, I think he's really good. And I mean, what he was able to do all those years at Northwestern, with considerably less talent than pretty much all the other schools. And like you're getting like he's a football guy.
Yeah,
He's a football guy.
Let me ask you this before we go to break. Well, who would you hire first, Fitzgerald or John Gruden?
Oh,
because he says he wants to coach college now.
Really?
Probably. Well, first of all, he got that big lawsuit he's going to win.
Yeah.
He ain't getting in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he's been saying for last 3 months?
Yeah.
Last 3 months he wants to coach in college, and he probably said, or he said SEC, but I'm sure he would coach in the Big Ten.
Between those two, I think I'm still going with Fitzgerald.
Yeah, you got the college.
Yeah.
But I can see. Can you see John Gruden?
Absolutely.
Being successful?
Absolutely. He's got that mentality. It'd almost be like Charlie being a head coach, kind of. I mean, they're built just straight fire.
Yeah. It'd probably just be depending on the staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the story at every, right?
Yeah,
no matter
every
who's
place,
coaching, like the assistants are the main ingredient and all that. They're the one that they spend all the time with the kids. They're the ones that are teaching. The head coach just kind of moseys from here to there, a little bit here, a little bit there. He's got to go do press conferences, all that stuff. We got to seal the deal on recruiting calls, but like the ones that are developing, the ones that have the most impact on your 18, 19, 20-year-old kids are the assistant coaches.
And
the
volunteers.
Yeah, and the volunteers. Hell yeah. Hell
hey,
yeah.
We're going to take a quick break and come back. We're going to talk about the volunteers that might just get paid. Jay Foreman and Jason Peter. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Acreage owner getting ready for winter? Make it easy with John Deere compact tractors and gators from Acres Equipment. Add snow blowers, front blades, cabs, heaters, and loaders to tackle every chore. Right now, in-stock units are priced to move with competitive financing to fit your budget. Get winter ready today at acres.com. Acres Equipment, your acreage handled. Financing subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Not all customers qualify. See dealer for details.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, Jay Foreman, Jason Peter, Austin Orman, old school. Real quick before we turn it over to Bill Mitchner and the Lighthouse. They always do good stuff. We see Bill coming across the street. But Jason, we alluded to it before, man. You know, the volunteers finally.
Yeah. Finally getting a little respect.
A little respect, man. It was won't name any names, but somebody previous, you know, kind of just skipped town.
Yeah. Just figured since they got fired, he wasn't responsible to pay anybody else.
Oh man. We were talking off air, Jason. I want your opinion real quick because you obviously from Jersey. Now, did you grow up a Jets or a Giants fan?
Giants fan.
All right. So as a Giants fan, do you think there's a chance that they bring back Bill Belichick?
For me how old is he now? Is he 70?
70 what, 8?
It's close to
78.
Gotta be, right?
But
Bill Belichick, 73.
73.
Yeah, he's still young.
All right, so he can still coach, right? Like, but if I'm George Young, or George Young's dead, Tish or whoever, you know.
And
Mara, I say, if you take this job, girlfriend's gone, right? You cannot be bringing the distractions that you brought down to Chapel Hill up here, right? It's big boy league here now. And I mean, you know, like, look, the dude's still a great coach, right? We talked about it. I mean, they were going to rename the Lombardi Trophy after Belichick, right? Like, so this guy hasn't just forgot how to coach, right? I'm sure for however bad it was down in Chapel Hill, it was probably worse than what everybody else had known about. But he also brought a lot of distraction down there with him. So, you know, I don't know if you can. I mean, that's maybe something that you say to him, you know, under the table or, you know, when the mic's not on.
Yeah, you can't hire him, then say it. You got to make sure beforehand.
Yeah, and I think, 73 years old, she's what? Not even 30. Is she 30 yet?
No, she's like just out of college, mid-20s.
24, 25.
And, you know, like, come on. You know what I mean? Come on. Like, he can honestly, like, Bill Belichick could probably still walk into some New York City nightclub and pull, something 30 years old as well. You know, like, he could find another one. But she has just kind of gotten out of line a little bit in terms, you know, like what she's taking on, and it doesn't seem like, I don't know if he just kind of doesn't seem present sometimes. Like when he did that one interview, like on 60 Minutes or something with the ripped sweatshirt and everything, and she's over there, she's like, "Oh, we're not answering that question. We're not answering that. We're not doing that. We're not talking about that." We're, you know, like, look, you can go up to New York, you can find one that, you know, is just happy waiting for you at home. Do you know what I mean?
Just imagine Bill Belichick going into like a club. Hey, real quick, I always tell people there's a difference in fans. Explain it between the Jets and the Giants. Explain the difference.
So the Giants fans would be almost like, say, what Nebraska fans look at, say, University of Michigan, right? Like one upper class, right? Yeah. Jets fans. Now, it was always great going back playing the Jets, right? Because then that's when, you know, the fireman dude was getting all riled up. I mean, those are the guys that are standing out there, no T-shirt on. Yeah. It's 10 degrees out, snowing. Like, they're more like the Long Island, Staten Island, you know, kind of, you know, but you still get some of them in Jersey. But yeah, it's Damien, my younger brother, was a Jets fan. Yeah. But the rest of the family was Giants fan.
Man. The Jets fans, they do their research though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they'll get in the media guide, and they don't have a line that they won't cross.
But when the Jets are good, and it's not often, but when they are, and that place, the old Giant Stadium, the Meadowlands, I'm sure the new MetLife or whatever, they get cranking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they get after it a little bit.
It's like a Steelers crowd.
Right. Yeah, a blue collar or whatever you want to call it. So, all right, man. One more week down, bye week. You got to win the bye week. I don't know how you win the bye week, but win the bye week. Onward to Penn State. Jay Foreman, Jason Peter, Austin Norman. We'll holler at you next week.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000.